Man, I gotta, like, all of these free royalty background jazz music things, they all like sound the same. I'm like, probably because they're all sourced from some kind of, I don't know, like just like the same copyright free this, that, or the other thing, or whatever they might be. But it's I don't know. They're all the same. Phone call hold music. There's like, I gotta look this up. I've spent so much time on the Cox Communications helpline for technical support that I need Cox phone hold sound. Is this it? No, that's not it. That's not it. Damn. Oh well, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Point being, what I was trying to get at was it sucks ass and I hate it and I hope it goes away. I hope it dies a horrible death. I actually no, I don't even have to listen to it. You guys can listen to it. I can just sit here. I can just sit here and chill and not even matter. Not even do anything, you know? We don't even need to have a cock reveal today. You know, I was planning on it. I was planning on showing up to stream and just whipping it out and being like, "Hey chat, how's it going? It's great to see y'all. Time for penis." But unfortunately, no cock today. Nope, no cock today. Unfortunately, it's been a wild morning. A wild morning. Oh, what is this? There's a sus dump surrounded by a vinyl image. What? I don't quite understand it. I got questions. I should turn off the crop here. There we go. No crop? No, it's fine. Hey, what's up? What's up, Darking? How you doing, man? Good to see you here. Yeah, it's scatter Twitch mod, usual type of thing. Oh fuck. Holy shit. I'm doing well. Oh, I need to take my pills. I forgot. Oh, I don't have any water. I'll do it later. Hey Ben, thanks for the resub. No, it's been good. Sorry, someone was asking about the leg. I guess I don't know if this is commonplace in tattoo stuff anymore. Oh, Barthez gave 5 gifted subs. What the fuck? Again? On the YouTube world? See, he's gained full control over all of the Twitch viewers that he has to like control the YouTube viewers as well. Thank you. Fuck, what was I saying? Oh, right, okay. So, the leg. So I don't know if this is commonplace nowadays, but they use something on my leg called second skin, and second skin is apparently what people use for things like surgery. It's a kind of like wrap, and you place it on, and then you remove like the layer for it, and it's like a film, and it stays on your leg. Pretty tight, actually. I didn't realize how tight it was, but it really clamps. Yeah, and so it was actually really impressive because for the first 4 days or so, they were like, yeah, no, don't do anything to it, you know, like water can go over top of it and stuff from the shower and things, but don't put any excuse me, don't put any cream on it, don't do any of that stuff. And I was kind of shocked because when I got my other tattoos back when, they didn't use second skin, and so I did the usual like wash with a certain soap, like Dial soap. I think it was always Dial, and then it was God, what's fucking around my throat. That's what happens when you suck dick before stream. Yeah, nothing really happening. It was like Dial soap for a while, and then like Aquaphor and all that. But yeah, no. So they put it. So they put second skin, yeah, on the leg, and I guess now 4 days later, you just take it off, and then you just put Aquaphor on it like normal for another, you know, 3 days to a week, depending, and then it's fine, and that's it. It's kind of crazy. It's a little strange how easy it is. It really is. I'm actually like quite surprised. So yeah. Can you not even put soap on it? So the second skin stuff, it sticks to you like tape. Like it is, you fuck it, like it grabs. And I think that was part of the reason why it was screwing with me so much, is because it genuinely like just holds onto it so tightly that I couldn't move my knee very well. It was like a bandage was on like on like a joint, like when you like had to put like a band-aid on your knuckle and you couldn't like move your finger. So every time I did, it would pull. If I moved my leg too much, it would pull at the skin. You'd pull on it too hard, I ripped the skin. So I wasn't able to like walk well, because any flex of the calf or of the knee would actually like hurt quite a bit. And I feel like it was also pushing all of the swelling into my foot. Like I took a picture of my feet. I'm not gonna show you, but side by side, and like my leg was giant. It was so big. It was fucking massive. Compared to my other leg, I had no clue it'd swell up that bad. It was crazy. But yeah, no, I peeled it yesterday morning. And oh my god, that hurt. I didn't realize how much it would like stick to the skin. Like it is adhesive. It is there. Like it fucking grabs. I had no clue. So when I peeled it off my calf, I was like, fuck, this hurts really bad. And I understood now, because the tattoo artist guy was like, if it hurts too much to peel, you come back and we'll do it for you. But like, fuck, it hurt. It really sucked. So it's off now. It's still, right now it's itching like hell. We're in the itchy stage. So, you know, I'm down there like, yeah, this is totally random. I'm gonna move this because it's making it really hard to see the chat. There we go. Gray versus the white, the text. But yeah, it's just oof. It really got it. I mean, I think I'll show you guys the tat now. And so it was a cover up of a lot of like text I had. I originally wanted to do this kind of like word cloud because I was a huge gamer, and I was like 18, 19 when I got it, and I was like, ooh, I can't wait to do like all of these fun video game quotes and all these things that matter to me. Like Would You Kindly was one of the ones I put down there, but it was really big, and I was 18 and it was a little too much. So it was a lot of cover-ups for the tattoo, which made it hurt like twice as bad, because you use like really big needles and stuff, because you have to kind of like really fuck with it. Yeah, it hurt really badly. Though I'm not gonna lie, the guy did this whole thing in 9 hours. Fucking crazy. Oh, I mean, my foot's so fucking big. So it's the right calf. Oh, there it is. I know you probably can't see it super well. There's like a skull thing on the side. I'm gonna get that filled in with more fucking space shit later on. But yeah, it is fucking, it hurts. But it's cool looking, man. It looks great. It looks fucking awesome. I think it looks awesome. Yeah, this in 9 hours, the dude was fast. This in 9 hours is insane how fast that is. Especially because I have like just really big calves. Like I got genetically blessed by my mom. And I do work them out, but you know, it's like it is a lot. It is a very large fucking leg, and so the fact that he did it in 9 hours is crazy. I guess I'll shout out to Cleopatra Tattoo Shop over in Costa Mesa, California, off of Newport Boulevard. It's a Turkish-owned place. I guess they have a lot of them overseas, and a couple of them over here. I think they got one in San Fran and Santa Monica. But everyone that was there, all the artists and stuff, were all from like areas of the Middle East. One of the ladies was from Lebanon. Two of them from Turkey. One from Azerbaijan, and all that kind of stuff. Only a couple of them spoke great English. Most of them moved over in like the last like 1 to 2 years, so it's pretty recent. But fuck, man, this dude, like this in 9 hours, this in 9 hours and a cover up, he flew. Like that is speed. It is speed. So it was great. It was really good. It was pretty impressive. I didn't cry, but I did almost faint twice, because I'm a little bit of a pussy when it comes to blood and needles. This man's got an IG we can see his work on. I actually don't know I don't know the artist's Instagram. I actually need to ask about that, because I let it, because obviously when you sign a thing, you like, yes, you can take photos and put it on your thing. I actually don't know which one he is. You probably can look up the store on like Instagram and then probably see like tags or something. So I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of thing. I'll show I'll show it again in like 30 minutes when more people arrive and stuff. No, it was good. It was good. It was a long day. Yeah, no, so okay, that's funny. So yeah, former EMT, afraid of blood and needles. I know, right? It's actually kind of hilarious. I was always squeamish when I was a kid. I remember going to see the 127 Hours movie with like James Franco and shit, about the guy who got his arm pinched. And I remember leaving the theater because I feel like I needed to throw up. I was getting really queasy and everything. It's funny, I never actually faint. I've never actually fainted before in my life. But when I see shit like that, I get really lightheaded, I get really dizzy, my vision gets really blurry, and I get very pale, cold, and sweaty. And that lasts for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I get totally back to normal. It's just like a, ooh, always like that. It's always like I'm teetering on fainting, but I never actually do it. But when I started doing EMT stuff, I think I was just so used to it, I guess, at that point, between all like the studying and like going through all that thing when I was 18 and so that and also I would imagine adrenaline, especially like on the job, it didn't affect me anymore. And then after I left, I slowly started to get more fucked up by it again, and I got squeamish again. So you don't use it, you lose it, all that kind of stuff, right? So that became more of the situation. It's kind of funny. Hey, King Pringle and Business Rogue, what's up? Thanks for the resub, YouTube. No, so today is a just chatting day, chat. I didn't really know what to do. I kind of wanted to do Helldivers, but I heard a lot of server issues are happening, and I wanted to grab a specific group, and they're not available. So it's just not a major thing. So I thought we would do like a little Fireside Bricky thing today. There's a lot of Fireside questions that are in the Discord that I thought about maybe answering. Be kind of fun. We could answer some stuff from chat, that kind of thing, and yeah, there's that kind of stuff. I thought it'd be kind of enjoyable. But yeah, so it'd be kind of a neat thing. I'm actually really happy that Helldivers seems to be doing so well. It was a game that seems like it was made with a very specific vision, and a pretty uncompromising one. And that's great. It's great to see that kind of stuff. It kind of like well, I don't know, like Alan Wake. Like I got my issues with the second Alan Wake game, even with my second playthrough. But it's such a unique property. They didn't compromise for the masses, and that's cool. It's very cool. It's really nice. The Helldivers 2 dev website specifically says a game for everyone is a game for no one. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. I mean, they certainly made a wide appeal game. It's not like they're making like a like an indie art project, but it's still a good thing. Oh, what's this? Hey Bricky, on your Night Lords, how'd you get a clean blood pool in the base of them? Oh, I use epoxy. I use a little bit of epoxy, and I just put a fist in red in it, and I just like put some like tape around the edge of the base, put it in there, let it dry, and pull the tape off, and then it keeps it over there. It's pretty good. Honestly, the most fun I've had in gaming since I'm not sure what one I'm addicted. You know, from what I've watched of Helldivers, from the stuff I've seen involving the game, I think the thing that I find is the most fun is the like the Konami code requirements to do stuff. It's like the arrow keys, like up, left, right, up. It's such a fun idea, you know? It's such a great way to keep the player entertained. To do things, in order to do things, you can't just like spam stuff. You have to do it, and then you need to like activate it. Like it requires a tactical situation where if you're like getting murdered by stuff, you can't just do it. Like you have to like fuck. It's really cool. It's really cool, and it also keeps the player involved instead of just like pressing buttons. Pretty awesome. I really like that. I've recently watched a video on Alan Wake 2, which said that it's a story that they love with storytelling that they didn't love. Kind of made me think of your rant about it. Would you agree with that? A story that they love with a storytelling that they didn't love. I don't know. So, because I'm going through Alan Wake 2, so I guess people are a little curious about how I'm feeling about Alan Wake 2 in the New Game Plus mode, right? And for one, it runs way better. It still is definitely not that well optimized. I'm still having issues sometimes. The memory leak is still very much there. It's clearly there. I do need to still like shut it off after every 2 hours or so just to make sure my frames are consistent. I don't know why you guys didn't tell me to do this more. Some of you were like, oh, gamepad. Yeah, I played it on gamepad. Some of you were like mouse and keyboard. You play Alan Wake 2 on a gamepad. This is not an M&K game. Control was an M&K game. That could work on on mouse and keyboard. This is a gamepad game. It was made for gamepad. It is gamepad. All right. The difference in navigating the menus, in moving the characters, that is a controller fucking game. I would honestly call it mandatory. Don't Yakuza games do that thing where they're like, we really recommend gamepad for this? It should absolutely do the same. It is massive how much better the experience is on controller. Genuinely. Real Yakuza use a gamepad. There we go. It is absolutely significantly better. Like the menus are way easier to navigate. All of the major well, the case board isn't great. That's a little bit annoying. They make you like up on the D-pad to select stuff, and then you press A, and then you like move it around Destiny style, where it's like it's not like it's like a little circle. You move it around and stuff with the gamepad. That's not good. But the actual shooting and utilizing stuff and inputs way better. I love it. I think it's way better. Control's pretty good on PC though. Control worked better on M&K. I don't think it still like handles great. It could be because I am so used to Resident Evil 2 and 4, and those games are just made in an engine that is so clearly like based for this reason. But I do really think that Alan Wake 2 is better on a gamepad. The more I play the game, it's a little, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not happier with it, like story-wise. It's unique. It's unique. And it's a very bold way to write the game. Because clearly the idea of the spiral is that, spoilers, you know, is that you have this whole idea where like, okay, it's called the New Game Plus is called the final draft because it is literally the final redone draft of the game, and therefore it is the one where he finally escapes and they figure it all out, and you know, all that kind of stuff, etc. Like that's a unique, cool way to do storytelling. That it's like, oh no, the final draft is the real actual ending, literally, because it's the spiral. Like that's cool. But it doesn't make replaying the last 20 hours particularly like better. You get a few more bits and pieces, a couple more like character stuff, and a couple more like manuscripts, but that's really it. And I don't know if it's really worth doing it. You know? It doesn't feel worth it. It's a lot of game time for that. It's a lot. So it's a little tough. I don't know. It's not like Nier. Like Nier is not about New Game Plus. Nier is the game is not over until playthrough 3. Like, it just flat out isn't. But I don't know. You're not really playing Alan Wake 2 for the gameplay. You play for unique story. But that's the issue though, because we're playing a video game. At that point, why even just like play a game at all? Why not just watch a film? You know, like you are playing a game for its gameplay. You play a game for the game. That's the difference between it and like I don't like a walking simulator game. You know, like some games can get away with it. Like What Remains of Edith Finch, for example. It's more like a visual type thing, novel kind of game, that kind of deal. But like it's a game. You know?
Your thoughts?
I'll answer that in a moment once I finish this thought process. It's weird, but like I would agree with that. Like no, it's more of an art project. I do agree with that fully. But when the art project still takes like 20 hours to play, that's the issue I have with it. Is that like an art project that you're playing a piece of art? I think there's a reason those games only ever last 3 to 6 hours. You know, there's a reason why. To get the full art project, the full thing, you need to play 40 hours of gameplay, 2 full playthroughs of 20 hours. It's too much. It's genuinely too much. It's genuinely too much. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of it I really respect. There's a lot of the game I really respect. You know, I really appreciate the dedication to this kind of artistic thing. I appreciate the metaphors, the specific metaphors for like, you know, Alan. But then there's a lot of just writing convention that isn't, that I kind of wish was in the game. You know, if we spent a little bit less time wandering around Coffee World, for example, and a little bit more time on 4 really underdeveloped parts of the game, which was Logan, Alice, Mr. Scratch, and Mr. Door, would have been a little happier. Like, Remedy doesn't have villains. They don't have any villains in their game, like real villains. Except for like Mr. Scratch in American Nightmare. And it's just, there's a lot of emphasis put on things that feel half-baked. Oh, they did in Quantum Break? Okay, then Quantum Break was, yeah, okay. I wasn't sure about Quantum Break, but like, I don't know. Like the Dark Presence is the villain, but the Mr. Scratch we kind of expected to be, I don't know, maybe it's my fault after playing American Nightmare and being like, I expected like a guy, like I expected Mr. Scratch, you know, like a villain. Mr. Door, I thought was going to be the villain, but he gets 3 scenes and pisses off, and it's just set up for later, like a DLC or Control 2. He's just kind of gone. And then I was thinking like, oh well, Alice's involvement in the story is massive. She's hugely important to the entire ending. The entire main, like, final, like, finale with how Mr. Scratch becomes a thing is because Alan thinks that she died, and then, like, her involvement in helping Alan is how he understands, and the enlightenment, literally, with the fucking bullet in his head. But she has, like, 10 to 15 minutes of screen time in the whole game. And then there's, like, the Logan thing, which is such a major plot point, but it's just a plot device. And I feel like if we're gonna spend so much time on Saga's daughter, we would at least see her fucking daughter, you know? I don't know, man. I felt more satisfied in Alan Wake 1. Crazy enough, even though I think Alan Wake 2 is a better game. Because the Dark Presence was a villain, but it had a face. It was Barbara Jagger. Barbara Jagger was the villain, was the opposition, the opposing force. And Alan, and we had a goal. We had a set goal the whole time. Get Alice out of the lake. Get Alice out of the lake, you know? And it was clear and cut through the whole thing. And then the ending went all crazy and stuff, but it was grounded. I had this feeling of like of knowing what I was doing. And then I don't know what I'm doing in Alan Wake 2, like, ever. It's always crazy paranatural shit the whole way. I'm so confused. It's just like I can never take anything at face value. Every time there's a twist or a turn, I'm just like, the world's changing again, and then this, and then what's the deal with this, and then what's the deal with that, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting. It's so exhausting. There's nothing I could put my foot down. I need that mast, man. I need that mast. I need that security, that stabilization, where not every single thing could or could not be real. And I think that's what gets me a little bit. I think that's what gets me a little bit. Everything is real until Sam Lake says it's not. You know? Like when you're in the dark place. If something happened in the dark place, like something just weird happened in the dark place. I don't know. Alice's something or another. Sam Lake could say, that actually happened in the real world and the dark place is grabbing it. Or, that was actually a hallucination thing brought on by the Dark Presence and Mr. Scratch to deal with Alan. Or, this is actually a weird quirk of the dark place. And they're all correct. They're all correct. Like, they're all like you can't, they're all right. And that's the hard part, because like you can't ever have any consistency, because Sam Lake can just change it on a whim. You don't like Sam Lake? No, I love Sam Lake. He's fucking great. Sam Lake is awesome. He's a genuinely creative mind with some great ideas, and he seems like a fun personality. Sam Lake, you hack, is because he just really is into himself, which is fine. It's a joke. I like him. He's fun, but he's just a weirdo. In a lot of ways. The same way David Lynch is a hack. You know? Sam Lake, you hack, needs parentheses. It's Sam Lake, you hack, affectionate. Alright? Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know. I felt better. I needed something more grounded. What Alan Wake does not have is ground to stand on. And I think That is what gets me. It's there. I need some kind of tangible, real thing to hold on to enjoy, to weather the storm of crazy bullshit. And I think Control did that very well, and so did Alan Wake 1. And you can do the supernatural craziness, you can do the art house, you can do the crazy stuff, but maybe not in a 20-hour game that requires 2 playthroughs. That's the other issue, is maybe not in a 20-hour game that has 2 playthroughs. There's a reason the art house games are short. I'm clearly in the minority here. I'm clearly in the minority here. The game was awash with 10 out of 10 reviews and awards and etc. But you know, that's what video game opinions are. Doesn't mean I know. Doesn't mean I didn't necessarily like it. I'm just frustrated. There's a large part of AW2 that I enjoyed, and it frustrates me that it's in a package that I overall was mixed on. I don't know. I hold more endearment in Alan Wake 1 and Control than in 2. I don't. I think I like Control more. Yeah, I think I like Control more. I think what annoys me though a little bit is that I have this like reflexive need to defend myself, because I feel like I had this issue a bit with Control when I played Control, and that was, you know, like if there were certain aspects, because there's so much symbolism in these games, right? There's so many callbacks to the Finnish culture of this, or like this kind of thing or whatever, and there's just so much, and if I don't touch on all of it, then there's the possibility that I just didn't get it, you know? And like I just, you know, I didn't get the majesty. I didn't understand the artistic and blah 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 blah. And it makes me feel like I need to explain myself for fear of being of being like ostracized as just you didn't fucking get it, you know? Which is unfortunate. It's unfortunate that I have that feeling, that need to try to defend myself for having an opinion on a video game. That just was a bit much for me. Maybe that's one of the reasons why the Uncharted games were maybe a bit of a better series for me to make. They're very surface level, you know? We get to talk about like funny gameplay parts or silly plot holes, and that's great, as opposed to this crazy weird art house thing. It's probably the same reason why I feel weird talking about Disco Elysium, you know? The Disco has got so much to it that I don't feel like qualified to talk about it. I genuinely don't feel qualified to make an opinion on Disco. It's just so much. It's just so much. And also, you know, we have to talk about like politics on YouTube and so I don't know. Anyway, Alan Wake 2. I like it technically. I would give it a positive rating. I guess expectations came into it a little bit. I thought Sam Lake would I genuinely thought Sam Lake would wrap this up, but instead of jumping the shark, he fucking kickflipped over it. And I'm all off. So hopefully Control 2 gives me a bit more of a grounded game with a real villain. I want Mr. Door to be a villain. I want a Remedy game to have a fucking villain, like a person that we see a lot. Actually, is interesting. So we'll see. Anyway, let's go through some of the chat and stuff going on here. Hey, what up? How you doing, dude? Thank you for the subs, Iridian, Gatonis, Jay McGrath, and Dea Sexo. Thank you very much for the subs and gifted subs and so on. Powercast, hey Bricky, for terrifying you with the rice and mustard combo. Consider playing Baldur's Gate 3. I have, and I think if I do, I might do it on my own time. After the Alan Wake stuff, I may do Baldur's Gate 3 on my own time. Just all things considered. I have just come to know about Frostpunk 2 releasing soon. Releasing soon. I saw a gameplay trailer and stuff. Do they have a release date? Frostpunk 2 release date. Sometime during the first half of 2024. Oh, okay. I think it'll be delayed. I have a feeling it'll be delayed. What else? Chester Cheese Wizard. Hello, Bricky again. I hope you enjoyed Salad Rake 2. Here's another cheese fact. Pule cheese is a Serbian cheese made from 60% donkey milk and 40% goat's milk. Pule is the world's most expensive cheese, fetching US $1,300 per kilogram. Wow, that's really expensive. Thank you for the cheese fact. Polaris Paints. Thank you for relaxing commentary while I panic paint to finish my portfolio to try and join the GW design team as an heavy metal painter, Mr. Brickler. Hey, fuck yeah. Good luck, my friend. Best of luck. Deus Exo, got you the gifted subs. Thank you. Cappuccino Guile or Gil. Was thinking about Sam's hackiness, and what works is that while he is hacky because he references other works he loves and puts himself in his games, Remedy's best moments are their own thing. We don't like Control because they quote Shawshank. It's because of Ashtray Maids and Aughty. Agreed. And I also will say that I really appreciate his nationalism in like a non-insulting way. I don't know anything about the Finns or Finland, and I feel like after playing Alan Wake 2, it's a real celebration of their culture, and that's just nice to see. It's just sweet. There is a massively underutilized thing in video games that I would love to see more often, which is people frustrated. Okay, this is very specific. Frustrated characters utilizing their native language in a heated moment. I thought about this when I was thinking about like designing a video game, right? And I was thinking about, I was remembering Gears of War. And I was remembering those occasional times when I would botch a reload, the active reloads as Marcus. And you'd always hear him be like, God damn fucking shit, fuck! You just start yelling, you know? And it was really funny. Just the idea of having like a character who's, I don't know, Korean, Turkish, Russian, or Portuguese, some kind of language like that, and speaking like having a VA that's fluent in the language, and then like just doing something, and then in a heated moment just start like rambling expletives in their native tongue. Just sounds awesome, you know? I thought about that specifically when I was playing. I remember when I was playing Overwatch way back when. Like years ago when I Overwatch 1, and an enemy's ultimate was always in their native tongue, and I thought that was fucking cool. It's just a really cool idea, and I wish more games would do that. And so every time I heard Ahti or the Koskela brothers start like speaking Finnish randomly, it's just great. It just made me feel happy. I was like, hey, cool, look at all that. That's just great like little bits of like character. I'm pretty sure in a lot of the original Halo games, weren't a lot of the Marines like Hispanic or Mexican? Or like Spanish of some kind? I'm pretty sure they were. I think they quite often use like a little bit of Spanglish in their discussion. It was awesome. It was just cool to see. Anyway, there's my tangent. Hey Brick, saw the recent That's Ridiculous, and it's a great watch. Does make me wonder if you plan on reading Gene Father by Guy Hughes, since it takes place before the Crusade of the Pride Nexus and might give some context from Colin Mechanica side. I did not know about that, but we're doing War Boss next, but maybe we'll do Gene Father later. I wasn't sure how good it was. I didn't see the reviews. Also, Flame J and New Dawn, thank you for the resubs. All right, I'm done. Well, not actually done. Like I'm done reading subs and resubs and stuff. So, yeah, that kind of thing. And let's maybe I could scroll up some of these Fireside Bricky questions. Maybe some interesting stuff. Hey Bricky, have you ever considered teaching mildly serious topics, not from games or anything, but physics, mathematics, science, entertainment in a deeper way, or marketing, etc.? Oof. Oh, well, that's a very interesting question there. So I don't think, you know, Bricky being dumb is a meme, clearly. Like, it's one I go into a lot, and it's fun to meme around and joke about the whole thing. I don't particularly think that I'm stupid, but I don't particularly think that I'm book smart either. And those are all things that I would not be intelligent enough, I think, to make those topics and discussions. I don't think what was my what was my Harry Dubois in Disco? I think I based it off how I personally saw myself, which was like decently good emotional intelligence, not particularly great logistical intelligence, and then like half and half motorics and physicality or whatever it was. I think I'm a little bit better when it comes to people than I am when it comes to math. At least that's just more of my own personal view of myself. I could be very wrong. Let's see what else we got here. You were forced at you were forced at gunpoint to make an anime. What would it be about? What a fascinating question. I was forced at gunpoint, huh? Oh man. There's a gun right there, huh? Fuck. I'd probably make an adaptation. You know, I'd probably make an adaptation of like, well, it depends. Am I trying to make money or am I just trying to make the best product I can?
Here's the streamly Don Bricky.
Ooh.
For Baldur's Gate 3, I'm going to join you on your adventure. I have the perfect build. You go a dwarf, gnome, or halfling named Brick. I'll go
I've heard that throwing things is a particularly good strategy in Baldur's Gate. That you can use force quite well. You do a lot of shoving. Making money on anime? What do people not? If you're like make a studio and you make money, make like an anime, do you not like make money from it at all? Like, I mean, they make money somehow.
Like sci-fi, can I recommend the Southern Reach trilogy? It's what the movie Annihilation was loosely based on, but much better.
Okay, the movie Annihilation is incredible. That's a fantastic film. I absolutely love it. Also, thanks, Chala. Kayla? I don't know. Annihilation is incredible. I've never heard of the Southern Reach trilogy though, but I do love me some good Annihilation. That's a fantastic movie. Actually one of my favorite sci-fi stuff. Fuck, I'm trying to think about the anime thing. I don't know. I'd adapt some 40k books, some one-off like 12 episode anime and just call it there. Fuck it. Riddy, thanks for the Prime sub, as well as you, Pizza Portal. But Hammer and Bolter, but good. Yeah, it's kind of thought. Yeah, I don't like Hammer and Bolter at all. I think its animation is super underbaked. It's like 4 frames a second. I don't know what Warhammer was really. Games Workshop saw a whole bunch of popular products becoming streaming services and just decided to try to do their own thing. Would you rather kiss Alan Wake or Sam Wake? Alan Lake or Sam Wake? Oh geez, oh God. Well, I mean, you know, that's a Sam Lake choice actually. Yeah. Is there any anime you consider unironically manly? Well, you have to define what manly means. Are we referring to like an old school concept of manly, like giant muscles and sex with women? Or are we referring to like the masculine mentality, like the ideal of a person? Because if we're talking about like just like pecs on pecs on pecs, then like I guess just fucking JoJo, I guess, whatever. It's a masculine anime. Or like what's the Fist of the North Star? Is that other one? That's the You're Already Dead people, right? If we're referring to like something like the male ideal, I think Cowboy Bebop does a pretty good job with that. A concept of being a guy in your position in the world, your person, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's a concept. Oh, hey, what's up, Babadin? Thank you for 6 months. No, I have not watched The Expanse yet. I know. I'm sorry. Having marketable skills is cool and all, but learning to have fun doing something, that's hard. I've gotten fairly proficient in video editing, but I kind of lost my spark to do this, so to speak. Do you have any advice on how to relearn having fun? We're really in a detrimental situation if we have to relearn how to have fun, but I do get it. Every combination of so many factors, like male loneliness epidemic mixed with heavy like cost of living increases means you have to. The only way for some people, the only way they feel like they can actually make a real living, like a real living, like the boomers had, so to speak, no better way to put it, is to monetize the thing that they're good at, which is normally the thing that they enjoy, which ruins the enjoyment of doing the thing. Like I did with Warhammer with Dice Check, and ever since stopping that, I've been enjoying playing the game more, which is nice. Relearn having fun is hard, man. I have that issue with videos a lot of the times. Like, I gotta be honest, making this Alan Wake 2 script is hard. It's really hard. Not just because there's a lot I want to talk about, and it's a ridiculously large game, but there's just a lot of, like, fear, you know? How do you make a video talking about a game that's significantly more intelligent than you are? Now, how do you properly dissect something that is superior to you as a product? It's hard. It's not like making a regular game review. Like a regular game review is just like, how are the graphics? How is the gameplay? How is the sound? How is the story seem? How are the characters? How's the how the voice acting? It's you have like 6 checkboxes and you can just kind of rattle through each of them. It's why certain game reviewers are so good. Who's that guy? I forget his name. It's like buy, rent, wait for sale. His name? ACG. I'd argue he's one of the better video game reviewers on the market because he follows the same strategy every time with each thing. Here's how it is on this machine. Here's how this runs. Here's personal thoughts on the game. Like it's good, very good. But it's hard to try to make something like that. It kind of kills video excitement. The video I was the most excited to make in the past year or so is definitely the Call of Duty one about the rat exploits. That was easily the most fun. I had such a blast writing that script. I did all this like research, and I went ahead and like I checked out the other articles. I interviewed people. Like, man, it was so fun to make, and it was palpable the excitement I had making that kind of video. And it was good. Like it was good. It was I thought it was one of my best works. And I think it shows, but I don't know. I really enjoyed doing the Uncharted ones also. And I thought maybe I could do the same thing here for the Remedy games, and it started off well, but I don't know. It's I think maybe it got too big for my britches. And it was easier to talk about a game that was a lot more clear cut, you know? You think it's because you have more of a personal interest in Call of Duty? No, I think maybe it's because it was something that just seemed like no one was talking about, and it made for a good video to discuss and really like express it. I don't know. It felt like I feel like I was making like an H-Bomber guy video, you know? I felt like I was making like this investigative journalism video, and it felt cool. It felt different. It felt like I was exciting, like on the ground, making stuff, you know? And that just was fun. That was just a fun time. A lot of the other videos I do don't have that same. I don't know. They're different, you know. Well, that's your Alan Wake and Remedy verse videos got me to playing them. Wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for you. Well, thank you. I mean, I'm glad that that's the case, but it's I struggle with figuring out what content fits for the style I want to do. Because I have passion and excitement for certain games, but that passion and excitement doesn't mean that I am good at discussing it, if that makes any sense. Like, I might really enjoy a game like Control or Alan Wake 1 and be super enthused with it, but it doesn't necessarily mean I can be good at breaking it down, you know? Where some things I am good at breaking it down. Where like more clear-cut stuff, where the obvious stuff is more prominent. So it's tough. It's tough because going with my gut isn't always the right call, because I end up with the situations like this. But then like for example, like RoboQuest. I'm gonna do RoboQuest video probably after the Alan Wake 2 video. And like that script is flying, dude. That was so easy. It was so easy. I was like, God damn, RoboQuest is great. It's Risk of Rain mixed with Doom and mixed with Borderlands. I love the ow. I hurt my hand on the mic. I love this.
About the Lucifer Blacks and how they have a paragraph
of
lore.
Saying some months and want to bring up a 40k thing. I recently learned about the Lucifer Blacks and how they have a paragraph of lore. Sad times. Also check out Pluto. Well, God Dougal, thank you for the 1,000 bits. I thoroughly appreciate it. Yeah, Lucifer Blacks are really cool, and it's sad that they don't have much lore. Like most of the cool things in 40k. So, you know. I don't know. It's also just a writing thing. Do you think your Mass Effect videos might have similar problems? No, I don't think so. Mass Effect is a bit more clear. It's not as metaphorical. You'll have metaphor, obviously, Geth, Quarian, fight. But see, Mass Effect is less metaphorical. It's more philosophical. It's more like, let's discuss the genophage and its impact on this and that, and how the Quarians, you know, tried to exterminate the Geth, and what is the, you know. But a lot of Mass Effect is it's very like bare are robots considered having a soul, you know? Does this unit have the soul? That kind of stuff. It's about like racism and like social problems, that kind of stuff. It's and sex with aliens, you know. It's not about the dark dream world where the physical manifestation of internal difficulties affects the writings that change the real world. You know? Like it's not that. It's also one of the reasons why I think Warhammer is a bit easier to grasp. Because a lot of the satirical commentary of something like 40k is in the space fascist, xenophobic, totalitarian, yada 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 kind of thing. And they steal from every culture in the book, so it's easier to reference. Hey, Battle Jehovah and Jay Nasty, thanks for the resubs, YouTube. Appreciate you. Thank you. I felt Shepard blowing up Batarians was a very strong metaphor. Yeah, they don't really treat Batarians very well in that game, do they? It's a little sus. And then Shepard kills like 500,000 of them. That was really funny. When are you gonna turn into a VTuber with the Cadian Doge or Cadian brick model? You know, I already got the new VTuber. We got the little flesh brick that a fan graciously made for us. Warhammer's a bit of a cheat. It's so on the nose, I might as well stab you with it. Oh yeah, exactly. That's why it's easy to talk about. It's exactly why it's easy to talk about. It's so on the nose, but the stories are captivating. What's that Knives Out quote where he's like, it makes no damn sense. Compels me though. That's pretty good. What is this? Wu-Tang Chicken. What a name. Good day to you, Lord Brick. What was the last meal you had that you consider life-changing? This could include a new twist on something you've had before, but now you can't imagine having it any other way, or a meal that introduced you to an entire new genre, nationality, or other category of food. That's a great question. Massive change in diets and stuff, like a food option that massively adjusted how I feel about. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. There's a I just spit on myself. There's a burrito down in Santa Ana of this place called Nate's Corner that I went to recently, and that burrito is the greatest thing I've ever had in my life. So there's that. No, that's tough. I had a pretty authentic Japanese bento box at a sushi place over in Newport Beach This place called Bluefin Sushi off of near Pacific Coast Highway, and they have like a bento box, but it had all of like the real stuff that you would eat, like the soup with all the mushrooms in it, and like the weird like gelatinous kind of pudding thing that's almost like tofu but not. And then just like actual like miso, none of the packet stuff. I don't know. It was really impressive how good it was. I was really surprised by how good it was. And I remember that being like, holy shit, this is like crazy. This is so different than like just like a fucking all you can eat sushi place. I really don't know though. That's a very good question, but I can't think of one that off the top of my head. You know, one time I put garlic naan and I dipped it in my chicken tikka masala, the orange stuff, and it tasted like heaven on earth, so we'll go with that. Latexi, hey, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate it. Oh crap. That's a good one, Rob. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, when I was an EMT, there was a really long shift. God, I probably told you that like 7 years ago, dude. There's a really long shift I had, and on that shift, we stopped at like a food truck area up in Cypress, California, and there was a grilled cheese food truck, and it was this thick ass grilled cheese filled with macaroni and cheese instead of like cheese, as well as shredded barbecue tri-tip and bacon. And I remember eating that heart attack of a sandwich on my in the ambulance, the last like 10 minutes of the shift, getting like fucking macaroni and cheese stuck on my shirt and everything. And I remember like being like, you know what? Life's not that bad. Life is pretty cool. And that was kind of it. It was just like, it was a horribly busy day. It was like a 12, 13 hour day. And I was tired of shit, and the patients were awful, and the nurses were mean, and it was awful. And afterwards, I was like, you know what? I'm all right. I'm doing all right. That was something else, yeah. You could probably find those same food trucks and like cons and stuff you go to, like the grilled cheese truck, I think is what it was called. That was good. Oh yeah, dude, nurses are such bitches to you when you're an EMT. They're so mean. They're so mean.
Is that idea still on the table?
Well, ER nurses, that is. Because whenever you give them a report, they fucking want to kill you, dude. They want to stab you in the throat. You mentioned a while ago that you had plans to plan and review some boomer shooters. Is that idea still on the table? It is still on the table. I might still do that. Thanks for the bits, by the way, Germany. Germany's greatest guy.
Of the Rings can't you get into? It's been a huge part of my life, and I want to know your thoughts.
So, you know, I don't really have an answer to that. I don't really have a genuine answer to that question. The answer goes, it just didn't sit. I don't know what it was. I was bored. I was bored the whole time. I don't know. I was bored out of my mind in the Lord of the Rings movies. I don't know, man. I wish I could give you an explanation, but I got nothing.
So
I don't know.
3 is getting Space Marines and the models are strange. You should check it out. Also, you want to talk about heart attack? I've had a cheeseburger.
I heard about the
with
Space
donuts
Marines
as the
thing.
bun.
Okay, I actually have had a cheeseburger with 2 glazed donuts. It was at the fair. It was at the state fair. It was the county fair. I had whatever. You get some garbage when you're at the fair. Fuck it. Whatever. I have heard about the Space Marines going into MW3 though, and it looks like shit. They look terrible. I'm not loading the game back up for it. I am not playing it again.
Thank you.
Well, that's very kind of you, Spoonimus. I still feel like I'm maybe a little, what is it? A little just, I don't know. I feel unconfident. Unconfident. Good God. In the scripts that I write. And, like, I don't know. But then again, doesn't every person who writes scripts feel not confident about their stuff?
Fallout is very
So like maybe this is normal.
Star Wars started off as anti-Vietnam War. Horizon is very anti-capitalist. Ace Combat 7 is anti-AI. Topical. You think of any?
So I don't know. Thank you, though, Spidimus. Quiet before. I like when a game is a moral or message. Fallout is very anti-war. Star Wars started off as anti-Vietnam War. Horizon is very anti-capitalist. Ace Combat 7 is very anti-AI. Topical, you think of any? Oh, God, yeah. I mean, a lot of good games have a lot of the most classic games out there have a major moral message. Look at all of Metal Gear Solid is about war profiteering and you know, war as a business and stuff. I'm using war as a business to end war as a business. The memes, Jack. BioShock is literally just, what if we took Atlas Shrugged and made it realistic and watch how fucking terrible it is and how it'll crumble upon itself. There's that, you know, like there's tons of games that have that kind of stuff, and it's fun. A lot of yeah, people like gamers don't actually dislike politics in their games. They dislike social politics in their games. They dislike talk about race, about like the gays, that kind of shit. They dislike that stuff. And sometimes, I won't lie, game developers don't implement it very well at all. Even the things I agree with, like I'm very much a pro LGBT person. But like Bigot Sandwich in Last of Us 2 is the cringiest fucking piece of dialogue I have ever heard in my entire life. It is the worst thing I've ever heard. So like I may agree with you, but Jesus Christ, it depends on how, you know, because no one cared when BioShock Infinite ran the concept of racism in their game at the time. It was pretty overt, but it wasn't like it wasn't written like with Bigot Sandwich. People have changed their minds on it nowadays because it's a little bit weird having it like be the villain. That's a whole other conversation for a different day. But let's just say that most devs and writers can't always write it in very smoothly, you know? So it depends. Alan Wake 2 had a couple moments of that I thought was a little forward. The whole talk with like the deputies being kind of racist were a little bit was like fine. That was kind of whatever. But yeah, Saga's like another white dude comment at the end of the game. I was like, it's a bit much, man. It's a bit much. That was a little pushing it, I think. The other parts I was okay with, but that what part was strange. Oh, I know it was Saga's mind thing. Her voice actor, that's why. It wasn't Alice's Scratch. I know it was Evil Saga. It's not about whether or not who said it. It's about its implementation. It's about how it was implemented. It just was strange. For the same reason why I like Ellie, and Ellie makes great comments and stuff, but her Big Sandwich comment's fucking awful. No, it all depends. It's all about how it's implemented. You can do really well with things like that, and use that kind of characterization very well, but it just depends on how you implement it, you know? So it doesn't come off as like forced. I thought the deputies was talking about city folk, not race. Were they? Wait, okay, wait, hold on. If Mr. Scratch is writing about the racism in Alan Wake 2, and Mr. Scratch is just Alan Wake, is inner monologue, what does that say about Alan? Because, like... didn't think about that. You know what? It's fine. I don't even think Sam Lake thought this far ahead. I'll be totally honest. I don't think that's even Sam Lake thought this far ahead. Wait, yeah, wait, we just talked about this though. Disco Elysium handles race really fucking well. It handles it extremely well. That's like a major plot point of the entire game. It's done excellently. Because they yeah, it's a whole character personified. It's Measurehead. You know, Measurehead was a really like bad, awful, racist guy at first, but I literally turned around and I love Measurehead. He's so funny. Like his character is so fucking hilarious. Just how he speaks and how assured of himself he is. It's goddamn, it's just incredible how funny he is. He went from being awful to like being hilarious. It's just great. Anyway, what's this? There's a grilled cheese place near me called Melts with something called the Oinker. It's sharp cheddar, bacon, buttermilk, fried onions, barbecue, pork, and mac and cheese. Holy fuck. Rick, I'm starting to get used to the taste power of Sweet Six Pack and continuing to love it. Unrelated, have you seen Matara's new outfit? Yeah, I get all the sneak peeks when there's new stuff going on. Yeah, it's cool. I didn't think she'd make the boobs bigger. Here we are. Crazy. Hey, Pure Sarcasm, Saxing, and Wolvar. Thanks for the resubs, each of you. Appreciate it. Yeah, the Welcome to Revachol thing was really interesting. I didn't pick that up at first from the racist lorry driver because I'm, you know, I don't get that stuff, you know? But it was pretty fascinating that other people who played the game, who were not like, or who have experienced like racism in their life, immediately understood it. They immediately got it. And I was like, oh, fuck. It was interesting to notice that, because I was like, I didn't notice it at first. I was trying to give the guy the benefit of the doubt without immediately reading his name being racist lorry driver. And then I was like, oh, never mind. Regis, you received my package. If not, if you do not like it, I beg your like it. I lost the damage. Oh, of the Katie thing. Yeah, I did. It's actually at the office right now. I need to pick it up, but I got stuck in the house because of the stupid leg. But yeah, I'm picking it up very soon. Hey, Rick, I've been watching your Fallen Order vids. What? God damn. One question came to mind. Have you watched the animated shows like Clone Wars and Rebels by now? Also, what you've heard to Andor. Oh shit, that's a good point. I never told you guys my thoughts on Andor. I forgot about that. I mentioned I was gonna watch the whole show, did a whole Twitter thing, and I never actually like. I did it. I did it. We did it. Yeah. So yeah. I was a gigantic Star Wars nerd growing up. I did tons of costumes. I owned like a bunch of those lightsabers that would like collapse and you had to like fling them out like that. I had like a General Grievous costume and the whole thing. I grew up with the prequels, that kind of stuff. I really hate Star Wars now, but it's not that I hate the medium. It's not even really that I hate Disney. I feel like the people who like it are insufferable. Are genuinely insufferable. Because Disney's shit isn't great. Like some of it's okay. It's very mid. It's like not particularly like abhorrently bad, but it's not particularly great either. But what's annoying is that you can't have an opinion on it without someone else stating their opinion, good or bad. But it has to be spinned in a negative light every time. Here, because that's the thing, right? I mentioned that I was gonna watch Andor, and I got a couple people in the replies of that thing talking about how much they fucking despise Disney and the hashtag Panderverse. And I'm like, what is this? I didn't ask for this opinion. I don't care. Why? This is not your time to make a rant about Disney. I'm just gonna want to talk about Andor. What the hell? You can't make an opinion on anything because either the people you don't want the people who are for it on your side because they're insufferable, and then you definitely want people who are against it because they're also insufferable. there's just no winning. You know, like I hold I think the truly hot take that the prequels still aren't very good, and you've all gaslit yourself with the memes to thinking they're better than they are. Because you've memed every single scene of the prequels that when you rewatch them, you'll be like, and you'll just enjoy yourself. But then, even as I said that right now, people are about to type in the chat, it's still better than Disney's Star Wars. Like, they're already prepping to write that out, you know? And that's the fucking thing, you know? That's what gets me, is that it's just, oh my God. It throws me off so fast. So this is the mentality I went into Andor, because I didn't give a shit, right? Because I was like, what, the random side character from Rogue One? Okay. What? It's really good. It's great. It's phenomenal. I have issues. I have a couple nitpicks and a few problems with it overall. It's great. I'm genuinely excited because there's so much of Star Wars I'm so sick of. I'm tired of Kenobis. I don't give a shit about Skywalkers. I'm tired of lightsabers. I'm tired of the Force. I'm tired of Jedi. I'm tired of all that crap. Give me the fun nuts and bolts part of the Star Wars world, and I got literally that. It is literally a great combination of prison and prison break, heist, and uprising story against a genuinely fascist, evil empire that is truly not been expressed in that way prior. Really going deep and showing how, well, yeah, like fascist and awful, and like the state like ran empire that did what they did, and it was shocking. It was crazy. I was genuinely surprised at how good it was. I'm not very good with actors. Cassian Andor he's fine as an actor. He's not particularly like incredible, I don't think, but his character doesn't really do much. He's kind of like an extension of the viewer, I think. He's very just like, he's just around, you know? He's okay. But the other actors in the show, I think, really shine. Spoilers, by the way, big spoilers across the board for Andor. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. I'll try to keep most of it under wraps, but like, I want to talk about like parts of it. The first episode, maybe this is just me. Maybe because like Dune came out, right? Dune came out, and then Star Wars copied from Dune, and then Warhammer copied from Dune and Star Wars. And so clearly, if I say this felt like Warhammer, I'm just Warhammer pilled, and obviously, you know, Star Wars, you know, that whole thing. But the first few episodes, it could have been just because that all of the PDF guys, the private security guys, were all British. But like when he went at the bar and those two dudes were harassing him, it just sounded like asshole guardsmen. It felt so 40K, like you're just on some Hive City. And there's the bar and then like the brothel and that whole thing. And it felt really 40K, those two guys. It probably is just because they were British. But yeah, in the first 10 minutes of the show, when Andor like murders a man and then kills the other one in cold blood, I was like, oh, wait a minute, this might be kind of good. We're gonna be a little bit tough. And then you know, the heist mission happens, and a dude is crushed to death under the weight of money, literally, a little on the nose, that one, I'm not gonna lie. Literally crushed under the weight of the greed of the Empire. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was oh yeah, the torture device they used with like the dying, yeah, the torture device of the dying screams of an alien race. What? It was fucking dark. It was genuinely dark. And okay, so what really got me on the whole like Warhammer pilled part of me was the prison. Not just because the prison, but some of their comments of like, we're worth less than droids. I was like, this is some like servitor fucking penal colony 40K shit right here. There's some serious, yeah, like this is, but it was a great, I don't know. I wasn't sure about the prison thing. When he went to the prison, I was like, oh, okay, he'll be out of here in like 2 days. But it was basically like the majority of the show, like half the show was the prison stuff, and I was like, oh, we're actually doing this. I was kind of iffy. I was kind of iffy about it, and then it was Andy Serkis, and I was like, he gets redemption because he played Snoke, and I was like, ooh, Andy Serkis gets to be our big guy. And wow, yeah, that was pretty crazy. The brutality in the prison was insane. I didn't see that much coming to it to be that like devastating. The whole like electrified floor, the hot floor thing was really cool. It was such a concept, and dude, when the old man started going, I was like, that hurt. That hurt so much. That hurts so much. Yeah, well, of course, his one way out speech was like the highlight of the entire show because it's Andy Serkis. The dude's incredible, you know. What did you think of Luthen Rail? Luthen Rail. Which one was Luthen? Which one was Luthen? I'm bad at the names. Skarsgård? Oh, Skarsgård. Right. Oh, right. Luthen. That is Luthen. Right. He was good. I would have liked him to be around more. He was a bit I don't know. He was a bit like underutilized. I'm assuming he'll get a lot more in the second season. His elevator speech was also pretty good. Yeah, I agree with that. But he was a little underutilized. I liked him and I wanted more of him. It's also Skarsgård. Stellan Skarsgård is a phenomenal actor. He's been around forever. So I would have liked him to be in there more. No, you know who I liked the most? The CIA lady. I already forget her name. I think it starts with an M. Martha? I don't know. I'm terrible with names like this. She looked so mean. She looked so evil. Like I think it's just a cultural thing, but her face she was just so like evil looking. Like she had this fucking scowl. Just this like disgusting like nose up like, oh my god. And considering that she basically worked for the KGB, you know, she was like, oh my god, I loved her. I thought she was excellent. I would have absolutely loved to see more of her. What else was there? There are a couple parts that I wasn't huge on. So okay, I liked. Someone said, "What did you think about her simp?" I can't think of a better way to describe him. The young officer guy. That's the part I was the most annoying with. I was most annoyed with. His storyline was captivating, and then side railed for like the rest of the show. him in the first 3 episodes was actually good, and I liked him, and he was interesting, and I wanted to see where they took him with this like war trauma they hit him with all these guys dying under his command, and then they put him into a room with his mother and had her mother sound like a Brooklyn smoker mom, and then made it into a meme, and I was like, and then he comes back at the last second, and I was like, it was very annoying. I was sad because I liked him, and then they fucked it up. What else? What else was there? There were a couple other things. Oh, yes. The Mon Mothma politics I was shockingly invested in. When I first started seeing that back and forth, I was like, oh, goodness gracious, we get like rich people politics in this. But then I became very, very fascinated. I started to become genuinely engaged, especially at the ending. And I was like, oh my god, are they doing what I think they're doing? And they did. It was crazy. I was very invested in the Mon Mothma stuff. I was very invested. Did not expect that one bit. What else? Was there anything? Were there any problems I had with the show? There were a couple couple uses of shaky cam that really bugged me. Just a couple of that during the action scenes is pretty annoying. Didn't much like that so much. Oh, okay. I know what you're gonna say. So Andor, when he went to the prison at the Miami Beach planet, I think that was stupid. Now I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, Bricky, that was the point. The point was that he got arrested for basically nothing. I got that. I get that. But it was way too quick, and that's why I didn't think that the prison was going to be a major part, because I thought it was like it happened and then prison for an episode and then 6 years later we cut or something. I didn't expect it to be that fast. I think we needed like 2 or 3 more times of him being harassed by stormtroopers and like harassed by other things, and then it leads to like this one disgruntled stormtrooper who has just a grudge on him to then put him in the fucking prison. It was a little too quick. I get the point. The point is it's a fucking fascist empire. They put you in prison for nothing. Like, I get it. I get that, but it didn't land. It didn't land for me. I needed a little bit more. We needed a bit more space Florida. Yeah. I can't think of a whole lot else that I disliked about the show, though. I was genuinely captivated. The prison stuff was great. It was brutal. There was a lot of like death and like impressive death. The ISB lady just was so evil. Oh, who was her boss? I liked her boss. The guy who was all like, thesis, please. I really liked him. He was super fun. He was great. I really liked him. He was kind of goofy, but he was fun. Yeah, I don't remember his name, but he was a good time. He was a good time in the show. Yeah, no, it was good. It was very good. It is, in my opinion, the best of any of the Disney Star Wars stuff I've seen so far. And it's not even by much of a margin at all. It kills the sequel trilogy. It's better. What else have I seen? It beat out Solo for me. I think the only thing that's close is like Mandalorian season 1. I didn't much like season 2, because I'm tired of the Force and Jedis and shit. As I said, Bo Burnham was good. Not Bo Burnham. Not Bo Burnham. Bill Burr. Bill Burr was good. Like, what else did I like? Rogue One is okay to me. The first half of Rogue One I think is kind of shit. The second half of Rogue One I think is where it gets good, when they land on the Scarif planet. That's when it's like good. The first half I think is kind of mid. I watched 2 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, and immediately turned it off. I was like, holy hell, this is awful. So I did that pretty quick. And I have not seen Obi-Wan, Ashoka, or Bad Batch. Because after the Boba Fett thing, I was like, I'm done, dude. No more. I'm tired. I'm out of this. I'm done with this. You know, some of the other ones might be okay, but as far as I'm concerned, as far as what I've seen, Andor is like the best thing they've put out by a country mile, and it kind of sucks that it's about the random side character in Rogue One that no one gives a shit about, because that's probably a good reason why people didn't give the show a chance to begin with, like I didn't, and now maybe word of mouth is helping. I'm a little worried about season 2 though, because it's clearly become popular now, and if I know Disney at all, they might try to put their hands in it a bit more, and therefore it might, I don't know, be watered down a bit more. So we'll see, which would doubly suck because Andor's ends on a bit of a cliffhanger that I didn't like. I didn't much love. It was a little too open-ended, I guess, but I guess season 2 is supposed to happen a lot earlier, but they the SAG-AFTRA strikes really put a nail in it for a while. So we'll see. Anyway, that's that. Let's check out this stuff. Let's see here. MLP Dante and Count Bagel, thanks for the resubs. Maxinivia, oh, you already did that one. Novotic. Oh, so when is the Brick of Freedom arc happening? Contributions to Sweet Liberty? Does he have this? Oh, for Helldivers. We'll get there, I promise. I like the Book of Boba Fett, even though everyone hates me for it because it didn't have Jedi or the Force. Everyone hates me for it. Listen, something not having Jedi and the Force is not good enough of a reason for it to be good. Book of Boba Fett, for me, sucked a fat cock. So I think it's more about just how bad the show is. Hey, Burke, how much for a smear? What the fuck? That's actually kind of funny you said it. I don't actually have a silver play button. I never got one. I never asked for one with 100k subs. Never got one.
If you had to choose an IP to
you had to
play a
choose.
live
Oh,
action
never mind. I
character,
forgot
but it
TTS
has
does
to
this.
be your most hated character, what would you choose?
I don't know. Make someone like Erebus. Have someone star as Erebus in something. Have Jared Leto star as Erebus. That sounds about right. I hate them equally. But no, yeah, no, that's that. I think this is maybe one of the reasons why I'm a bit more keen on Warhammer, even though I'd argue they have about as bad of a track record as Star Wars can have sometimes, because it's so easy to take or leave. You know, it still feels kind of like a niche, or like a click, and it's so ridiculous that you can kind of ignore the ridiculous stuff and be okay with it. If a particular army or lore piece kind of sucks, you can pivot really fast. You can pivot to a different army or lore piece and not really like. You can just kind of ignore the parts you dislike. It's not hard. If you just think all of the Imperium stuff is bullshit and stupid, and you're like, you can just play orcs and have a great time. Yeah, I saw the MW3 stuff. I don't care. It's all mediocre, boring crap for me. Yeah, I'm hoping that they'll do a good job with the new Sisters Codex. They've nailed it for the last like 3 editions, so maybe they'll do it. Maybe they won't. Yeah, it's all weird. But I don't know. It's yeah, that's my Andor stuff right there. It's yeah, no, all right. Let's see, Spoonimus, Dante. Did I miss anything else? Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, Fallen Order stuff was with the Andor stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, I missed this one. Please check out Turbo Overkill. Not the same as Overkill. Is a boomer shooter I think you'll much enjoy. Indie single dev. Oh, how's it being your soundtrack? I think Turbo Overkill is on the list of boomer shooters I have on the maybe in the future, like, list. I think I have that there. Pretty sure, at least. No. Oh, Brick, what are you going to do now? Will we no longer see battle reports? We'll be visiting their channels. Well, for Dice Check, there won't be any more battle reports or anything. No, but I mean, I might still visit their channels if I'm invited. If some of the guys are like, "Hey, come on, play a game," then yeah, sure. There's no reason why not. But it's not. No one has asked yet, and nothing's been planned yet. Nothing ever really happens in the beginning of a year. It's all kind of I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It's like we're all recovering from the break, you know. Because also sponsors tend to get really big in the end of the year, so you have to get a little bit prepped. You're tired. You're tired of working so hard to do all the sponsors, do all the shit you did at the end of the year, family obligations, so on. So you take about 2 months to relax. Give or take. And then stuff kind of gets back to normal. So, yeah, there's stuff going on here I could ask or possibly answer. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, this is a hardcore question. Oh, what's this? Oh, no opinions on Helldivers 2 yet. I haven't played it yet. Looks fun though. This is a great question, chat. I'm curious what you think about this too. Would you ever have kids? Oh man. You know, this is going to be an interesting thing because I think there's an age demographic between Twitch and YouTube responses that's going to be very different. I think it also depends on who what age you're asking them. You know, because I feel like the what is it? The YouTube chat is going to be a bit older, and so they will be they will be more apt to say yes because they either already have them or they're more open to that idea. Where I think that the Twitch chat will be younger, and normally as younger people, you don't think about it very much. My bloodline ends with me. That's the question, you know? I don't know. For me, it's difficult. Because like a few years ago, I was like, hell nah. And now I'm like, maybe. I'm kind of in the maybe thing right now, but I think for the most part, still no. There's the kind of thing to think about, which is if you're gonna do it, you sacrifice a lot of parts of your life for what you gain from having one. And some people consider it absolutely worth it. They're fine with sacrificing that part of their life to a dad. And then some people think, no way, no how. So it really depends. Also, it depends. If you're in a bad financial position, the answer is fuck that. If you're in a better financial position, the concept is a bit better. There's a lot of questions with that kind of thing, you know? It really depends. Also, for chat in here, I think every single person in the chat who's a dad will probably tell you the same thing, which is it's different when it's yours.
Thoughts on the Henry Stickman games? The collection is on Steam and has a 99% recent positive rating and 98% overall.
It's not you know, it's like there's a very big difference between saying like I hate kids, I hate this kind of thing, and it's like, well, it's different when it's yours. Hey, you might hate that reason if they tell it to you as the reason for why you should, but if they're defending themselves and saying, hey, this is like it's I'm happy for it, it's different for me, it's mine, that's different. You know? If someone says it's different when it's yours to try to get you to have kids, then they're kind of an asshole. What we got here? Thoughts on the Henry Stickmin games? I've never played them. I think I own them though. They were the people who made the Among Us, I think, right? Among Us. What's this? Sam Lake used to... Those legs aren't a lake. Yeah, to attack a high script. What the fuck? No, see, I still got my issues with Alan Wake 2, even outside of the issues I had streaming the game. I still have my issues with Alan Wake 2. Just become a sperm donor. You can have so many children, there will be enough for all factions in 40K. Where do you people get off? I was mad. I was very upset. I think it's because the ending didn't wrap it up the way I wanted it to. I still think even with the New Game Plus ending, the ending is still kind of shit. Even though it does end it like wrapped up, it is wrapped up, I still don't like it. I don't know. There's a lot of, I don't know, it's weird, you know? Because it depends on how you look at games. We've talked so much about this already. Jesus Christ, quiet before fuck, man. That quickly. Shit. It depends on how you rate games sometimes. Now, you look at the other 10 out of 10 games, or the other like Game of the Year nominations, for example, and it's like Baldur's Gate, which is just this monumental D&D video game, and Resident Evil 4 remake, which is this expertly crafted, not a single bad section action horror shooter type thing. And then there's like Spider-Man, which is this sprawling action adventure open world, blah 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 blah. It's not as you can't really call Alan Wake 2 this perfect masterpiece, and I mean that with emphasis on perfect. I don't think anyone who played Alan Wake 2 thinks it's flawless at all. I imagine it has more flaws than a lot of the other contenders, but it's the feeling you're left with. A lot of people are left with this like overwhelming resonance of enjoyment with that kind of like artistic game, of an artful game. And so it kind of depends, that kind of thing. Jelly, Sam, it isn't a piss, it's a shit lake. It isn't a piss, it's a shit? Jelly, what the fuck? Thoughts on the End and Death trilogy? I haven't read it, I wouldn't know. Inkwell, you fucking cringe lord. You put that shit away. Don't ship streamers. That's some parasocial creepiness. You shut your ass up. No. For me, I don't know, I kind of think of it like some people think about the movie Interstellar. I actually have some issues with Interstellar. I don't think it's a perfect movie. I think it's got some really weird stuff to it. But a lot of people who watched Interstellar are like they just love it. Just like this magnum opus of a film for them. They fucking just adore it, even with its issues. It just got this such a strong feeling of enjoyment. Same with Joker. Okay, so you know what? I had this conversation with my sister a bit ago, and I gotta. Okay, so I rewatched Taxi Driver like a week ago. It made me like hate Joker. It made me like retroactively dislike Joker. which is such a pretentious thing for me to say. Because it's just Taxi Driver. It's just fucking Taxi Driver. It's the same fucking movie with King of Comedy to go along with it. The Jonkler. Dude, why did Tom fuckface just remake Taxi Driver? Is he stupid? Why didn't Batman just fucking kill him? What the hell? It's just Taxi Driver and the King of Comedy is a DC abortion. It kind of made me upset. It kind of made me angry. Because I saw Taxi Driver like 15 years ago, and I didn't remember much of it. So I rewatched it and it's like, oh my god, it's just incel culture with Robert De Niro. Yeah, DC abortion. DC. Batman. Joker. DC. The comics. Yeah, DC. Not, what do you think I said? Ricky, I want you to know, I know you don't keep up with the DVD anymore, but the teaser's new killer look creepy. I was wondering if you've seen it yet. Nope, I have not kept up with anything in Dead by Daylight except for the fact that Alan Wake is in the game. That's all I know. All I know. Got nothing else past that. I'm sorry. There's a comment on the YouTube side of things. It's just really getting me, man. It's like it just brings me back to like an older day of YouTube. Why should you earn my subscribble? Subscribble. I don't know why I should earn your subscribble. I don't know, man. You know what? You can make that decision for yourself. God damn, that's funny. Bricky, did you see that they laid off the entire writing team for the Disco Elysium expansion? I did notice that. I heard that the expansion was going to take longer than the entire game of Disco Elysium. And honestly, I'm sad that people got laid off, but I wish they would just stop touching Disco. The game should just stay as it is, and it shouldn't be touched. Don't burn it to the ground with like sequels and crap. It is a great game made by talented weird individuals, but talented individuals, and it should stay how it is. My thoughts on the upcoming Deadpool film? Oh, I haven't seen a Marvel movie in... What was the last Marvel movie I saw? I think the Spider-Man one. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was the Spider-Man. No, I didn't see the... No, I didn't see the one in theaters. I saw that one on home. What did I see? The last? Well, I didn't see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 either, no. No, I know that I know that Deadpool is like different than Marvel stuff, but like I just don't care. I don't know. I'm just tired of superheroes, even if it's fake superheroes. Even if it's like anti-joke superheroes, I think I'm just tired of it. I'm just sick of it in general.
$5 for that random dude subscribe.
Yo, thank you. Tattooed Tabletop. Thank you very much. $5 for that man's subscribble. Hell yes. Hey, Batman, something's for the 6-month resub as well. Ricky, when does everything get better? It doesn't. It gets better when you make it better. It gets better when you stop using excuses for yourself and you start doing the things that are difficult. And when you make hard decisions that will make your life easier at the end of the day instead of the opposite. It's when you stop using self-care as an excuse, or depression, or mental health. That's a hot take. That's a hot one. You can't. That is a thing that I think is a really tough one to utilize to say out loud, because like, chat, you and I are friends, okay? Like from like high school, let's say. We're white people happy friend. We're friends here, you know? I'm down on my luck. I'm not doing things very well. I've got I got problems. I got all these kinds of issues. I'm not making any money. I'm kind of lazy. I procrastinate. I'll do that kind of stuff, etc., etc. You mentioned this to me, like, dude, you seem like you're just kind of sitting on your hands a little bit, you know? It's like this kind of thing, you know? Or better yet, I was supposed to come into work and I called off work or something, and then you're like, why'd you do that? And I was like, well, you know, just been really depressed lately, you know? Or like I was really taking like a mental health day, the kind of thing. Can you ever argue that against me? Like can you actually argue that point and be like, no, you didn't. You're just being lazy. Of course you can't. You can never argue that point unless we're like best fucking friends. Like you can't. And you can't because sometimes it's true. Because sometimes it absolutely is true. A mental health day is very good. But sometimes you use that as a total fucking excuse. Sometimes you say that to yourself. You say mental health day. You say, oh, I've just been so depressed today, kind of thing. Even though you could have done the thing you wanted to do, but you chose against it. Yeah, exactly. You could argue against it, but you'd be an asshole. You'd be a dickhead. And that's the fucking problem, is that you can't. It is an excuse that everyone can use at all times, and you can't push them against it because it is sometimes true. And it's really tough. It's a really tough situation because there are very much clear and obvious times where depression and mental health and self-care take priority. And then there are a lot of times when those are scapegoats used and they're unassailable. They are completely unassailable. You cannot fight that argument because it is sometimes true. And if you try to fight that argument, you are a massive asshole. And so I kind of think it's become maybe a bit of a crutch. And it's a bit of a hot take because it is something that you can actually feel and that can be life-ruining, but no one other than you can actually know if that's actually the truth or if you're just lying to get out of something. You know? It is an unassailable thing. No, because depressed people are very easy to see. Is that a joke? The boss can then ask what caused depression. How can I help you? And try not to answer. No, depression is clearly not able to see often, as like a fuckload of people like kill themselves and no one assumed that there was a what? No, depression is extremely not easy to see, which is why it's such a damn good fallback. People hide depression very well. Very, very well. This is like a weird, it's a weird thing, and it's a hard thing to talk about, because if I go out here and I tell you that I don't think you're actually doing X or Y and you're using this as a crutch, if I'm wrong, I am a huge douchebag. I am a massive piece of shit. So no one does. You know? Then there's the low tier god way of treating depression. Mods, kill him. It's really tough. It's really tough because you know, the only person who can actually have any accountability on them is the person themselves. And I won't lie, I feel like I've seen people who are either not depressed or maybe occasionally have it, and then they use it as a bit of a, you know, to get them out of stuff. It's tough. It's a really tough thing because you can't fight it. You know, you cannot call people out on it. Oh shit, it's a bad time for a raid. Oh god. Hi there, thanks for the raid, my friend. Welcome. See, what's interesting is that this is not calling out someone who's like pretending to be sick to get out of school. You know, it's more the idea that like, even if you struggle with these things, whether or not today is actually a day that you could push through or not is more the thing. I don't know. Like I said, it's a weird thing, dude. It's really weird. It's really a weird one, and it's a hard one, and it's one that you can't that cannot be easily talked about. What's this? I don't see any utility accusing people of lying about their mental health anyway. Best you can do is offer them help and get help. Oh, I agree. I agree. I'm not saying that like you're going out and you're telling this may be construed. I'm not telling you that you go out and someone is like lying about it. It's less of a thing where it's like they do have or they don't have. It's more of a thing where they do have and they still need or should get something like done or do a thing, but they're not being able to force it through. They're choosing not to force it through, utilizing the unassailable position. That's like that's kind of the idea for me. Like what for sometimes, I don't know. What was an example I could have? Like when I was dieting. I was dieting really heavily, and I had like a really fucking bad day. I don't remember what it was. It was just a terrible ass day. Like a lot of things happened. It was just awful. I don't remember exactly how it went. But that evening I had like my meal prep or something, and I was gonna cook it up. And I was like, you know what? I really fucking this day's been absolutely awful. And then I slowly went through the lie in my head. You know, I was like, today's been absolutely awful. You know, like if I eat this food after all this dieting already, I'm gonna go too hard on it. I'm gonna go too hard on the diet. I'm gonna crash and burn. I'm not having a sustainable diet by doing so. I need like a mental health day. We all need a mental health day. You know, like, today's been really rough. It's okay to have one meal be kind of bad. And then I ordered DoorDash. And that was my genuine slow, like lying to myself situation to slowly bring myself out of this mindset and then do the thing that I wasn't supposed to do. I didn't have the willpower to do. And then sometimes when I felt that same way, you had to kind of put your foot down and be like, nope, this is nope. It's gonna suck, but I'm gonna fucking force myself. I'm just gonna fucking do it. It's gonna suck, but whatever. And so it's, you know. But what's the worst, the hard part about this? Like I just said earlier, sometimes that first thing is true, which is why it's so easy to convince yourself. It's so easy to convince yourself to do that thing because sometimes that is what you should do. So it's really tough. Do you think doctors auto-prescribe medication is a big part of the problem? That is a non sequitur, my guy. I have no fucking idea. This is not about the pharmaceutical industry. This is just me rambling. Bricky says depression isn't real. You need to get better. To those joining, yeah, you know, you guys are a bunch of lazy liars. Get back on the fucking Walmart shelf. Get pushing the cart again, idiot. Basically what I'm saying, I'm not saying that this is something that you as an individual need to push your friends to do or something. This is not me saying like call your friends out for this kind of stuff. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying that you yourself, when you start utilizing this as your unassailable position, maybe think twice about it. You know, maybe double check to yourself. Like, am I just lying to myself? Can I actually just do this thing that I say I don't want to do? I'm tired of doing. So the battle was within all along. That's always how the battle's been. The battle's always within. The battle stays within and is always within. I don't know. The last like 5 days for me have been fucking awful. Like when I'm trapped in my house, like by myself all the time, especially with this job, like it's actually crazy how lonely this job gets sometimes. Like the feeling of just like ruinous loneliness. And it's not even just like a me thing. It's like a men's health thing in general. But I think it's exacerbated by doing a work from home job. I think it's worse. Define trap Bricky. Oh, the tattoo. The tattoo, and then the second skin, and I couldn't really like walk or drive, so I was stuck in the house. It gets, like, when you're alone at home, it gets you, dude. It's actually one of the reasons I've spent way too much money on like going out to eat, because it's the only real socializing I get sometimes for like weeks at a time. Sometimes like the only way I'll be able to talk with people. Have I considered getting a pet? I have. That was actually one of the things I was thinking of. But I didn't think it would be... Getting a pet to solve loneliness seems like an irresponsible reason to get a pet. You know? I think I could handle a pet fine, like I had one before. But I'm sus of myself. I'm suspicious about my ability to properly do it. Yeah, I should be more prepared. It shouldn't be like on a whim, you know? So my other kind of dies when they both per day. Oh, thanks, Sandwich Bro. Sorry, I missed your bits. Thank you very much for that. Also, thanks for the subs and resubs, guys. Some of the new people who came in. Don't care. Didn't ask Curse of Raw. Wait, what's this? AO Content Bricky reacts to Shoe on Head video about men's loneliness. Shoe on Head. Why do I know that name? Wasn't she like was she like a conservative YouTuber, like politics person from like 10 years ago? That was a while ago. Oh, I don't remember much. The right's favorite leftist. All right, this is too far. I don't remember this now. We're going past. I thought I remembered her with like a dude with a helmet on or something. I don't remember. This was like back in the day of like where the most popular, most watched video on YouTube was like what was it called? It was like Feminists Owned Part 5 with like 5 million views. That was that old part of YouTube from like 2013, 2014. That was a different day. I don't know anything about her. I'm putting my hands up. I don't know anything. Someone made a statement and I read it and that's it. I don't know nothing. I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved. Oh. So I'm like, no, don't put me on Twitter, chat, please. It says, hey, Brick, I'm watching Nip Nip. I hope you enjoy the finished game despite the endings. Ever gonna try the weird side of finished games like Noida or Cruelty Squad? I've heard Cruelty Squad might give me a migraine, and then I heard Noida makes you want to stab my chest with a blade. It's good, but like awful at the same time. It's like good and bad for two reasons. Like it's brutal, it's difficult. I'm an aspiring video editor using Wondershare Filmora. What top tips are for getting hired by creators, etc.? Hired by creators. You'll need a portfolio, a big one. You'll need a big portfolio with various things. Whatever you want to do, you need to make it. So whenever I look for a video editor, I am bombarded by a million fans who say, I have a couple videos I've made, and it's like 2 fucking videos in a portfolio from a project they did with their school 10 years ago. And I'll be perfectly honest, and I'm so sorry for this, for anyone who's ever done that. Most of the time, it's shit. Most of the time, the videos are bad. Just flat out, I'm sorry. And I get a lot of them. Out of all the emails I got for video editors a bit ago when I made that little discussion in the video, maybe 10% of them were worth any salt. So I would highly recommend making a portfolio with a lot of content. For one, a lot of content, a lot of good content that you really worked very hard on. And after that, I mean, it's advertising, man. It really just comes down to advertising. Show the videos, show things you worked on in the past. Maybe whether it's a montage or like a stream highlight or something. I don't know, that kind of thing. It's what makes a well-edited video, Bricky? Pacing. All about pacing. All about pacing. There's actually a million reasons what makes a well-edited video, but it's pacing is one of the biggest ones. You need to, if someone finishes a video and they're like, holy shit, that was an hour long, that's the best compliment you could ever have. And good audio. Your video, your visuals, like this whole part can be dog shit. It can be actual ass. Look at my background. It's terrible. Just a bunch of crap everywhere. In a big sack. If your audio's bad, people will sign off immediately. If I ever go onto a video and the audio is bad, I'm out. I'm out instantaneously. Because many people just listen to it like on their ears or headphones or whatever kind of thing, Complimentary Tyler 1 mention. Okay, well, if it's part of your personality, it's a little different. Also, Tyler 1's audio wasn't normally like terrible. It was serviceable until he yelled, but the yelling was the joke, so it was okay. Who's that guy who's like becoming really popular right now? He plays lots of Rainbow Six Siege, and his camera is like this. What's his name? Jinxie. That's his name. Jinxie. Yeah. So he gets it. Like he knows his audience. He knows his audience very clearly, and he's really going into it. I don't particularly watch his content because it's a little zoomery, for me. But he knows what he's up to. And the whole the fucking awful camera angle and the memes and then the audio and the yelling, like that whole thing is so clearly intentional in its concept that it makes a lot of sense, and it's obvious why he's flying up the ranks as quickly as he is. But it's like part of the joke, Where for everyone else, really good audio is extremely important. Even the streamers that seem like they don't try very hard still have good audio. Like fuck, I think like Germa has like a $1,300 microphone, if I'm not mistaken. Like he's got like his setup is this shitty background, silliness, everything, but his mic is I think it's like a Neumann. It's like a Neumann or something like that. It's very good. It's very, very good. That's true. Germa isn't human, so it doesn't really count. Pet concept. Get a rotation of painted bricks as pets. No pet upkeep in Twitch chat. We'll start getting tribal about which brick is better. Win-win. You know how for a while coffee shops would have some kind of way that they would deal with tips to get more tips, where it's like, use this tip jar if you hate women and use this tip jar if you hate men, and then people would do that or something like that. Not actually like that, but you get the point. Just do something like that, like blue brick gang versus red brick gang, and then you just fight. Yeah, Russian Badger is a great example of very good pacing for videos. Yeah, it's his timing. It's a fantastic loop. It's the reason why he's so popular. Well, he's also funny. But the reason why he's so popular, I think, is really that pacing. The video edits go from this perfect spiral of like meme or not meme, game explanation, clip, like clip, joke, game explanation, clip, joke, in this cyclical fashion. It's just perfect. It's just this perfect mixture. But of course, it makes the videos very long. So. Whatever color wins, I demand Bricky's body be painted that color. Well, then we're gonna make sure we only get red and blue bricks, because if we had a black brick, we'd have a lot of fucking problems.
Approaching Bricky location. Start running.
Oh, I did not realize that that was I did not realize that that bit donation was using the Obama voice. I'd like to make it very clear that I said that without that arriving first. I'll make that very fucking clear. Jesus Christ. Does Maxer have pacing? So Maxer's videos do have pacing. It's just that it's breakneck and nonstop forever. I can't watch Maxer's videos. It's too much for me. It's too much. I can't do it. Obligatory shilling Project Moon games opportunity. Even one person says Project Moon games for my message, I would die happy. Project Moon, huh? I have not heard of that. He slowed it down a little bit recently. Well, yeah, he can't keep that up, dude. It's gonna kill his soul. Gonna murder him. You see that Moonbreaker is now 1.0? Yes, I did. I've seen that many a times. I'm ordering bricks on my phone. Yeah, you got me. You got me. You son of a bitch. You figured me out, huh? You know all my tricks. You know all the fancy stuff I do. You know all my deceptions, my lies, my scandals. You think you're gonna get away with it? Hmm? Look in this eye. You think you're gonna get away with it, huh? You think you're actually going to escape me and be released from my prison of torment? Another thing, come an idiot. Anyway, that's that. God, I don't know what it is about that emote. It gets me every single time. The yes yes cat. I don't know what it is about the yes yes cat. I love it. It's like one of my favorite 7TV emotes. Damn, Bricky looks kind of old. Thanks, dude. This is what happens when you're 28. All your bones start to creak, break. Heyo, new chatter. What's this about a prison of torment? Oh, thanks. I don't understand Twitch. Oh, this is what happens if anyone rats on me for anything that I've done. Have I done anything wrong, chat? Ugh. Holy shit, he's got the Sharingan. Wait, I actually know that reference. I know what the Sharingan is. That's the weird eyeball red thing that's in Naruto, right? Where you can like copy people. I think I know that reference. Right? That's what that is, right? Yeah, I did it. Let's go. That was one of the few things I did watch when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I watched Naruto until Kakashi died, and then didn't die, and then I was like, "Fuck this." That's one thing I did. I do remember that. I do remember that. Bricky, thoughts on Nacho Libre? So is Nacho Libre like? Is that like culturally inappropriate nowadays, or do Mexicans like think it's the greatest thing ever? Because I can't tell. It's clean, okay. Because like Jack Black being like a luchador, I don't know. I just didn't know. My whole family is Latino, and we would die for Jack Black. Fair enough. I don't know. Things change, you know. The world is different now. If it is, then Rush Hour is too. I think Rush Hour is a different kind of fun too. It's a laughing at Chinese and black culture at the same time. Tropic Thunder would probably be too extreme now. You know, okay, so you know what saves Tropic Thunder? I mean, I'm a white guy. I guess I don't really have much of an opinion in this, but you're watching my stream, so sucks. I think what saves Tropic Thunder is the fact that Tropic Thunder is specifically taking the piss out of blackface. It's the concept that the really famous RDJ actor is doing it in a movie that also still has a black man in it is in itself the joke. So I'm assuming that's the reason why it hasn't been canceled or whatever with time, is because it's not saying it's good or doing it genuinely. It's the joke is how fucking stupid it was that Hollywood did this. Also, Tom Cruise is literally Harvey Weinstein, and they made him look like the fucking biggest asshole on the planet. So it's satire. It's satire. So, but I mean, like, I don't have much of an opinion on it because it's not really my race to discuss. I'm like, I'm a tall, straight white Californian guy. Like, I basically got the genetic lottery of not to have any prejudice whatsoever for my entire life. So I try not to talk about things too much that I don't have that I don't really have a major opinion on, I'm like one of the Pyro Texas is your response being all caps, yikes. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Yikes. Bro turned on peaceful mode. Bricky rolled the blandest character on the randomizer. No, you're misunderstanding it. God wanted to oh fuck, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Oh shit, I lost it. It's the phrase of where you like metagame, like you make the game as powerful as you possibly can. Not power, min-max. Yes, God decided to min-max me for a life. I was a min-max creation. Min-maxed. It was yeah, he God wanted to follow the meta, so he made me the patriarch of the YouTube chapter. Minus the hairline. The hairline's not terrible. It's like it's going, but it's not terrible. What I'm lucky to still have like hair. Like there's still like a lot of this still here. I'm glad that even if the line is struggling, the volume is not. So I'm happy with that. No, instead he gave me horrible acne. Got that aging YouTuber cut. Yeah, I got the undercut. The if I had a big beard and sleeve tattoos, I would be a bartender in Portland. Yeah, for your information, chat, it's not a receding hairline, it's a tactical retreat hairline. I wanted this. Nah, barista? Maybe. The 2010s YouTuber starter hair. No, that's the thing, right? The goal is to look like every Fortnite streamer asshole while making random games on Alan Wake. That's the goal. To look like a fucking a zoomer moron while making games on videos on that.
I see you got that Alex Casey cut.
I see you got the Alex Casey cut. Oh, that's good. I think Alex Casey's hair is there more or less hair on the top? I think the sides need to be shaved down a little bit. I think he has like 5 o'clock shadow, right? He doesn't really have like a beard. He has like a more of like a shadow thing. Wake. Yo, what do it do? What is your favorite bad movie? Like, it's bad, but it's just so fun. That's a great question. I know it's bad, but it's just so fun. The prequels. Except for Revenge of the Sith. That one's okay. Ooh, that's a good one. Spaceballs? How fucking dare you? I would ban you if I could. Spaceballs is not a bad movie in the slightest. Starship Troopers is not a bad movie either. Batman and Robin? Okay. Spaceballs is not a bad movie. It's a satirical comedy. It's different. It's meant to be that way. What is that movie where Will Ferrell goes to China to play ping pong? Do you remember that one? Is that Balls of Fury? That's pretty up there. That's pretty up there. No, okay. This movie probably really sucks, and I haven't seen it in a long time. I have not seen it in a long fucking time. That wasn't it? Wasn't that Balls of Fury? Kung Pao? Balls of Fury. No, that's not. Wait, no, that's not it. I don't think.
It's a goofy game, but have you ever considered doing a
Kung
playthrough
Pao?
of Bulletstorm?
That's not it either. Will Ferrell ping pong movie. Oh no, it is Balls of Fury. No, yeah, it's Balls of Fury. Yeah, that's Balls of Fury. That's right. Yep. Yeah, no, that's the one. Yep. No, it's okay, this movie definitely sucks. It absolutely sucks. I haven't seen it in forever. The Bench Warmers. You guys remember the Bench Warmers with Dan Schneider and the dude from Napoleon Dynamite?
Hey Bricky, what's with Markiplier helping the assassin?
I am
He's
positive
mentioned in the credits.
this movie sucks. I am positive this movie is awful. But I remember it being enjoyable. Because I was very young when I watched it. Oh, this movie doesn't suck, but it's like one of those old gross out comedies from back in the day. Something About Mary. There's Something About Mary. That movie does not suck, but it is an old school gross out comedy film. And it's fucking great. The Franks and the Beans. Yep. Something About Mary. Ben Stiller. Right, Cameron Diaz. That's right. I specifically remember the running gag was a mentally handicapped kid constantly punching Ben Stiller in the nuts. What a time, man. What a time we were in. What the hair gel? Yeah, the hair gel. Yep. Yep. It's a great movie. It does not hold up, but it is a good movie. That is the one where he zips up his nuts. Yep. Ever since watching that movie, I've always been particularly frightened by the zipper whenever zipping up my pants. Anyone here seen Rubber? I have not seen Rubber. Flubber. I realized when the music ended. Flubber. Oh, that's a movie I remember. It's where Robin Williams. I remember it specifically because the end of the movie, the guy shits out Flubber at Mach 5. I don't know if Flubber is like good. See, I don't know if these movies are good because I haven't seen them since I was a kid, and I don't want to watch them again. I just don't want to. I remember Get Him to the Greek. I remember that too. Flubber didn't age well. Oh. See, this is why I don't rewatch things I liked as a kid because I want to preserve the memory. Like I'm not gonna rewatch. Like some things hold up, you know, like SpongeBob and stuff. Like the old SpongeBob things are still hold up there well. I'm not gonna watch Drake and Josh though. Like I don't know how much I trust it. I liked Drake and Josh a lot as a kid. I don't know how well it holds. So I'm just not gonna touch it. Not gonna look at it. Gonna let it be. You know? Alright, nostalgia can only go so far. You know? Same reason why I'm not gonna rewatch like iCarly or something. I rewatched 9 recently, and I realized why we leave our memories in the past. Oh, is that movie, that animated film, right? I always remember the dude with the torch. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Movie fucked me up as a kid. Now, you know what movie fucked me up the most? I don't know if my dad just like made me watch it when I was too young or something. It was The Mummy. Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. I had nightmares for like a week. And you know what we're talking about, chat. You know the part. You know the part. You know it's not the mummy. It's the fucking scarabs. It's the fucking scarabs, man. Ugh. Got me so bad when I was a kid. Ugh. It just fucking ruined me. Coraline scared me too when I was a kid. But I think Coraline scared most people. It was a weirdly dark film that we didn't quite expect. The OG Little Nemo gave me nightmares as a kid. You mean Finding Nemo? Dude, Monster House, Monster House fucked me up. Well, Monster House was like the evil house that ate the kids, but particularly it's haunted because they bricked in the wife, or the old lady fucking was like cemented into the foundation or something. It was fucking crazy. It's like, holy shit. And then my mom was like, hey son, you ready for a great family movie? Let's watch Bridge to Terabithia. And I'm like, yeah? Watch a girl drown? Like halfway through the film? And then have him deal with the trauma of it for the rest of the movie? Woo! Kids film. After this, we can go watch the Bionicle movie. My childhood nightmare was the SpongeBob episode with the live-action gorilla. The one where he's trapped inside. A real gorilla! What was it? I watched it was the hash slinging slasher episode that spooked me, or some of the Courage Cowardly Dog ones. I watched Star Wars. So I mentioned earlier, I was a big Star Wars fan, right? I watched Star Wars when I was hyper young. Like hyper young. I think I watched episode 4 when I was like 5 or 6 years old. I was young when I watched that. And I specifically remember the trash compactor monster. Absolutely terrifying me. It was like the eyeball thing. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. That thing was terrifying. It was really weird. I don't know. I mean, Courage the Cowardly Dog was a pretty good entry-level horror stuff. Yeah, that is true. You know, watch Full Metal Alchemist while way too young. I didn't watch Full Metal Alchemist in terms of the anime things, but I know that the content of it is quite dark. For some reason, the Chamber of Secrets scared me as a kid. Dude, why would it not? There's a giant fucking snake and the ghost of a dead girl in the bathroom. Yeah. No, dude, the Sorcerer's Stone scared me as a kid because of the giant troll. Oh yeah, the giant fucking spiders. I forgot about those too. I got me. What's my Henry? Tubes. You are... Why do I keep forgetting this? School and bad at losing? School and dirt at losing. Keep forgetting that. School and dirt for losing. That's right. No, oh, it's dirt and school for losing? I give up. Pretty sure Jaws is to blame for my thalassophobia. You know, Jaws didn't get me actually. I don't know what it is. I don't really have a fear of giant dark water. That's not true. I played Subnautica and it scared the shit out of me. Never mind. I lied. I think it's more the fact that I know there's an enemy in Subnautica and that's what scares me is the anticipation. Or if I'm out in the middle of like the ocean or something, I look down and it's big old blue. It doesn't actually scare me because I know there's something that's really going to get me. Because shark deaths just don't actually really happen. Pan's Labyrinth was terrifying as a child. Ah, well, yeah, those are pretty neat. I have been in the water on open sea, yeah. Not that far out though. Like I wasn't like just super out there, but I was out there for a bit. Yeah, so everyone tells me that Spirited Away got them because of the opening where they get turned into pigs and stuff, and it's like terrifying. I didn't watch Spirited Away until like 5 years ago, so I didn't actually really know much about that. You know, obviously it's an allegory for going on your own and going to college and working and stuff. So it's that was what I was left with. As a kid, though, I can imagine it being more frightening. Oh. Oh. It's your first Reaper encounter is still a cinematic masterpiece. That's so funny the first time. Because like the little sand shark tries to trick me and is like, ooh, and then I get to actually see the real Reaper and I fucking freak out. I did not watch the old Transformer cartoons, no. I wasn't really a big Transformers person growing up. Nor was I like a Power Rangers person. That was a bit before my time. Well, it was not quite my stuff then. I was a Lego kid. I actually just finished building a Lego set earlier today. Legos are one of those things that like I still find a really good amount of enjoyment in. I don't know what it is. Just like it. I built the Japanese castle, Meiji Castle. I don't remember how it's pronounced. It's really cool. Like a nice little the pagoda and stuff. All the architectural ones are pretty great. Oh, Meiji? Ah. I'm 28. I grew up because you know we didn't have like cable. Well, we had cable, but we didn't have with channels. You know, the usual back in my day. So for us, it was you know, channel 70 was Nickelodeon, 71 was Cartoon Network, and 72 was Animal Planet, I think. And so I remember specifically there were 3 channels we mainly spent our time in, and that was 70, 71, and 12, which I believe was Discovery Channel. Which specifically had Mythbusters on it. I watched a fuckload of Mythbusters. I think I watched Mythbusters the most out of any show outside of like cartoons. I had a crush on Carrie Byron. I think many of those I know did. She was a very, very attractive lady. Yeah, rest in peace to Grant. My sister met him actually. I took a picture with him like a few months, like a year before he passed. It was really sad. Really fucking out of nowhere. Yeah, Mythbusters was a really cool time. It was a really good fun time. It was my first gaming system. I had a PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1. It was a my first game I ever, well, I had like a computer. My parents would show me like, we had those like food spelling and grammar video games for kids, you know, that kind of stuff. But I got a PlayStation 1 was my first console. I remember like a Lego racing game. Oh yeah, Lego Racers. Yeah, Lego Racers. I think that may have been the first actual video game I've played. I think, or it's damn close, man. It's damn close. But I also played those like I said, those Flash games on the computer that were spelling and stuff. So I was very young. I can't quite remember very much. Can you please tell me feet size? I'm a curious person. Chat, should I tell them? Should I tell them the size of my foot for them? I don't know. It's yeses and nos here. I think I'm getting mostly like. Yeah. All right, you know what? I'm gonna flip my SD card again. It's heads, then I'll tell them. That's heads. I'm a size 13 foot. But sometimes the shoe can run a little bit a little tight, so I'll do 12 and a halves if it's a size 13 normally. So it's about like 12 and a half, give or take. So I think it's like 12 and a half is like it's like 50-50 between the two of them. Trust me, chat. Feet size have nothing to do with penis size. Trust me, I know. I got big feet. What's the fucking what's the I love you and I miss you. Bring got that 1-inch destroyer. You know those like mini versions of Sprite cans? The ones like half the size of a regular can? That's me. They call me the chode choker. The 1-inch punch. The Locust Heavy Destroyer. That's funny. Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Skinny Penis. A hockey puck brick. The Noisy Cricket. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Oh. The worst thing about getting those shoe sizes, it feels good, so inconsistent. Yeah. Once you get above, once you like 12 and above, it starts to really, it gets really weird on whether or not they actually are proper. You can like swap between like a full size sometimes. Like I got some nice shoes recently. I got some like one on cloud OC. I don't know. It's like on cloud, kind of expensive everyday / gym shoes. But they're really thin. They're really thin. But they're also, they kind of go a little bit loose. So 13s, I felt my heel going up a lot. So I had to get like 12 and a halves. Or I think it was actually 12s. So they're a bit tight around the sides, but once I broke them through, it was all right. Hey, Minigun Lover. Thanks for the resub, dude. Welcome. You seem like a good dude, but you said you had the monkey Xbox Live fix, so I can't trust anything you say. Well, here's a better question. All right. You got two people in your party, right? You got two Xbox Live people. You got the red monkey, and then you got the dude with the beanie blowing the bubble. Who is worse? That's a hard one. They're both pretty bad. Oh, chat says beanie easily. There's only one more. Beanie is racist, monkey just crazy. You know, I would agree with that. I feel like the monkey profile picture would like betray you in a video game and then like leave halfway through the lobby, but the beanie one will call you a slur. There's one more though. It's the orange one. You know what I'm talking about? The aha! Found it. Fuck. I'm just gonna do this real quick. Hey chat, look, it's you. This one up here. This one was also bad. This one was also bad. Cursed underground players. Ah, oh, what a time, dude. Ricky, if you were dating your dream partner, but found out that they store jars of piss, what is the minimum amount of jars that is a deal breaker? You know, let them cook. Let them cook. If I throw out the jars, will they be upset with me? Is that like a deal breaker for them if I throw out the jars? They want to keep the jars? Are we able to like come to an agreement where they only keep like 6 jars at a time? And they have to store them in the shed back outside? Yeah, where are they storing the jars? They're willing to store them separately from the house, but it's a hobby of theirs. I don't think I can live with that. I don't think we can do it. Sorry. I don't think we can. They're no longer my dream partner. My dream partner doesn't hoard jars of piss. Is there a way we can make it into like... Is there a way you could sell that? Like use it as like an income stream of some sort? No. Not from like an OnlyFans thing. Not from like an OnlyFans thing. I mean, I mean more of like a fertilizer or something. I don't know. Hey, the new Bricky piss jars are on sale. Bricky piss isn't sterile. I'm using an example. Just, I'm genuinely curious. No, just wait. Now I'm actually curious. Like now I'm genuinely curious. Is there ever a way to sell human piss? Is there any market of any kind for some kind of pharmaceutical or agricultural or something? I'm genuinely curious. Tom Scott made a video on it. Thank God for Tom Scott. Lemonade stand? All right, we're solving topics. We're solving topic. People sell fake piss for drug tests. That's not illegal. Why are we on this? Shut the fuck up. Why did you do this? Holidays? Why? Stop this. Stop this now. Stop it. Die. Mods? Can we kill this? Can we kill this person with a rock? You asked, Bricky? I did ask. You're right. You're right. I did ask. This is my fault. I should not have read that comment. I was just reading shit that came from the chat. I read this one and it fucked me over. This is the problem. Have you ever heard of the Chinese virgin boy eggs? Stop it. Stop. I gotta stop reading this. I gotta stop reading these things. I gotta stop reading these. Stop reading this. What if your dream partner had a piss drawer? My dream partner doesn't put their piss anywhere that isn't the toilet. There is no dream partner that takes their piss in other zones. The piss goes in one spot. In the fucking toilet. Maybe the shower. Maybe the shower. As long as I'm not showering with them. All right? There is no piss container. Thank you for using gender-neutral pronouns for your dream partner. No, my dream partner will be female because I am straight. It's an uber Sonic the Shadow image like this looks female enough. I'm only gay online. Jesus Christ. When can we expect the 4-hour video essay on the Remedyverse? Waiting patiently with my brandy. You were not getting that. I'm not smart enough to put together the Remedyverse. I am not smart enough to do that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm only gay as a joke. It's so funny when I suck dick. What's that? Was that the green text where it's like, love playing a prank on my friend? Suck his dick in the car. Ha ha ha. Bro job, choo choo. Yeah, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you got it. What's the green text? Be me, not gay. You know how the rest of this goes. Marry your bro for tax reasons. Ugh. Oh, my cheeks hurt from laughing. Good job, chat. You done good. Have you ever heard of the game Urge? It's a piss-based survival game. I don't believe you. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it is. Discover hidden vehicles, fuel them with the fog spreading piss, and use them to travel between towns.
I remember you saying you're a Metroid fan.
Oh,
Did you
no.
play Dread? If so, what did you think?
I remember you saying you're a Metroid fan. Did you play Dread? I did not play Dread. I'm a fan of Metroid, as in the sense of I played Metroid all the Prime games and no other Metroid game, and I played Samus and Smash. That's my Metroid fanboyism. I'm not like a real Metroid fan. I'm a fake Metroid fan. I'm a Prime fan. Bricky, with Jesse from Control, Mr. Door, and Alan Wake all becoming pretty much godlike creatures, do you think Remedy are going with some big multi-dimensional story? They already have a multi-dimensional story. It's Control. Yeah, they probably are. Well, yeah, Control 2 is going to be some crazy fucking crazy shit. Yeah, absolutely. But okay, so in New Game Plus, Thomas Zane and Dr. Darling find each other in like a TV, and they make like a wink to the camera where they're like, "Oh, you know, I feel like I've seen you before." It's like, "Wow, your voice sounds really familiar." And I think they're alluding that Darling and Tom made Wake together, like from his face and his voice, which is a fucking hilarious way to retcon the fact that they just had a different face model and voice actor for the game 13 years ago. Also, the Finn and the Finns are insane. They're absolutely insane. Oh, tattoo's good. It's mostly healed. My foot is still very fat. I still have a fat foot, but everything else is pretty good. It's all pretty solid. It's working out very well. I showed chat earlier. Where is this? There you go. Yeah, came out really well. Oh, my legs are still. My legs are still very I'm a little hobbly still. This all in one session, a single 9-hour session, insane. Crazy that they did that. Especially since it's a cover up. which hurts a lot. But yeah, no, it's great. It's really, really good. I'm really happy about it. I'm big and pleased. Quality is awesome. I mean, it's going to fade a little bit over time, no doubt, but for right now, it's good. So yeah, it's neato. I'm pleased. Yeah, well, the guy did it for, I thought 2 sessions too because it was a cover up, but God, dude, it hurts. Fuck, man, it hurts so bad, especially when you got closer to the back of the knee. Ooh, so terrible. How much did I pay for the tattoo? $37.50. I'd say it was worth it. Expensive, but looks really good. It was definitely a price. It was definitely pricier. Probably would have been like a lot cheaper if it wasn't a cover up. Yeah, no, it's expensive as fuck because it's a cover up. For a single session cover up, it's pretty. I think it's pretty worth it. Yeah, especially considering how big my leg is. Because it's about like $1.5, a little more. Yes, $37.50. Yep, good deal. Good deal. No, I think it's worth it. I mean, it's expensive, but that too. Yeah. So, in order to do a cover up, you have to work really skillfully in how you cover it up. Just because of what the stuff was before. But specifically, I know that you have to use a way stronger needle. You need a thicker and far more painful needle to get like in it and really work around it. And let me tell you, it hurts. Tattoos don't feel good to begin with. Cover-ups, wow, did that hurt? I mentioned it a few times. There was a couple game quotes and stuff beforehand. There's like a big "Would you kindly" from BioShock down there. As you can tell, I like BioShock. But it was way too big, and I had this whole idea about doing this like word cloud of various quotes and things, but it didn't really work out. It was all in theory, and it kind of turned into a bit more of a "I'm 14, this is deep" kind of thing, So I thought instead I'll do a space thing. Ooh, that actually does remind me. I was actually thinking. Here's your grippers, chat. I was actually thinking, across up here, I was going to add some like only black and white version. Well, I guess just black versions of some of my favorite starships, because it's like going into this whole space thing. So I was gonna do the Normandy, like a 40K cathedral ship, the Outer Wilds vessel, and then I was probably going to do probably like an X-wing or something, because I still like Star Wars despite my annoyances with the thing, because I'm just such a huge sci-fi guy. So like the little silhouettes for all the ships coming along, they're all gonna be facing this way to go kind of like into the space thing. I thought it'd be really fun.
I decided to build salamanders as my second army. Have you seen anyone play them in 10th?
Do tattoos really taste like squid? You stop that. Decided to build salamanders as my second army. Has anyone seen anyone play them in 10th? Yeah, salamanders are decent. They're like probably like a B-, B+. You get a whole bunch of like flamer stuff, and it's great, and it's fun, and it's neat. So it's no, it's good. I think Sallies are actually in a good spot. So play them. They're fun. They're fast too. Crazy enough. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. I'm excited. Little silhouettes for all the ships and stuff. It's I like that. Plus, like those are all series. Like game tattoos can be cool, but they can also borderline on cringy depending on how you get them. But I think just getting some silhouettes of series that I really enjoy. Plus, I don't have any problems with, I don't know, like the series being canceled later, Like Mass Effect is done and done. The Normandy is already finished. Warhammer is so ridiculous and crazy and weird that having the singular ship is totally fine. I'm not getting like the double Imperial Eagle, which looks very Naziist, you know, because it's the Imperium and it's like, ooh. And then like Outer Wilds is such an important game to me that it just feels right. Yeah, we a bit German on that one, yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the 40K, the Imperial heraldry is clearly inspired from that time frame, so like I get it. Depending on if you're hot or not, Bricky, the best tattoo won't look good on a hairy neckbeard. Well, thank you for that, I guess. You are a little bit right though. Nerdy tattoos look a lot better on someone who's more physically like fit and attractive than they do on the opposite. But that's just kind of like the world, you know? Like people are just that way. I don't know. You see some like really attractive like dads with their kid in like the shoulder, the baby carrier thing, that have like at Disneyland that have like a full Star Wars sleeve. Well, that's kind of badass, you know? That's kind of cool. Because it feels much more mainstream. But you know, this thing will look better on a more physically fit individual is just like life. So yeah, and that's just the whole world. Chest tat web. If I were to ever get tattoos, I probably wouldn't get them on my if I got them on my chest, it would be like here and then like up and over this. Because I have all those acne scars and stuff, you know, from all the years when I was a teenager, and I have them a lot on the chest as well. Where's some, you can see some like right there and stuff. So if anything, I would get something that would try to cover the keloids, try to cover up the keloid scarring, and you know, hide that in a way. So that would probably be the best way for it, I'd argue. Something like that. Get a winged skull over the chest. Just a gigantic. See, you all basic bitches get your girlfriend or wife's name on you. When I have a gigantic sanguineous across my chest. How do tattoos interact with acne scars? I think if I'm not mistaken, tattooing over keloid scars is very difficult. And like, cause the ink doesn't take to it very well, but you can still do it. You just have to do it the right way or in like a particular design. So I don't know. Get the Xbox Live skull on your chest. Oh, geez. Oh, there we go, chat. You're thinking with portals. You're thinking with portals now. Normandy, Warhammer Strike Cruiser, Outer Wilds ship, maybe an X-Wing or something. Among Us crewmate. I mean, truly, we have the best ideas. Flying into the space. Take advantage of the acne scars. Big Nurgle tattoo with the scars as boils and shit. Oh god, ew. Fuck. Have the Among Us tongue pierce all the ships. That's so cringe. I love it. That's so cringe. I adore it. Hell yeah. That's so good. Berkey, I will confiscate your legs for it. What color Among Us though? It would just be like a black silhouette Among Us. The crewmate would look so awful. It would look so bad. The Among Us tramp stamp when Bricky. Dude, oh, it's like has like that nice like filigree on the sides, the little curls and everything, and the text in the center just says sus. Sus and a little filigree on the side for the tramp stamp. When I eventually get the tattoo, I'm gonna get the brand of sacrifice on my neck. Oh, the hunter kind of rune thing, yeah? The one that we know from Bloodborne. Yeah, that one's cool. That's a good one. It works well too. There's really nothing like wrong with it. It's just a great looking tattoo. The first 5 options on the Google search are of tattoos of it. It's berserk, you uncultured swine. It, whatever. Brand of sacrifice, hunter's carol rune, whatever. Runes are all a bit Nazi-esque. No, I don't really think so. I think it's more of a. I think it's a little bit different. I think in a search for their own version of like white pride, a lot of people who are Nazi-ish and stuff have gone to the direction of white like cultural heraldry, which becomes runes and Nordic stuff and Scandinavian things like that. So I wouldn't call it Nazi-ish or anything. If it had a big eagle and an iron cross next to it, then maybe I'd change my mind. But I wouldn't say so. I don't think any person with a brand of sacrifice tattoo would ever have that kind of vibe. I think maybe there's been a bit of a shitty movement where some of them are trying to co-op like old Scandinavian runes and things like that. They're trying to use it because of that, but I don't think that. I think it's a bit of a jump. I would say it's a bit of a jump. Besides, the Nordic Viking shit's badass, dude. It's awesome. Fucking like big old sleeves. I think it's super cool. Sorry, I was just thinking something funny. I was thinking like, what if someone got like the dark sign on their shoulder, or like you know, just like the dark sign from Dark Souls, and someone was like, "Oh my god, this is a Nazi symbol. It's a rune." Funny. Tattoo your nips into those Viking blue shields. Okay. Would the Necron Ankh make a good tattoo? Is that too sus? That's the thing, right? With the. No, that's fine. No, that's not sus at all. Necron Ankhs are kind of neat. I think they're pretty fun. Plus, they have a cool glow to it. Dark Souls bonfire chest piece. Dark Souls bonfire chest piece. Oh. Give Magnus the red nipples. Your nipples would be pretty fucking red after that. One of the guys I was actually at the tattoo parlor. He was getting, I think he got like a name on his chest or something, and he was getting that covered up. He was getting a Majora's Mask over it though, and it was really fucking neat. Big like rainbow colors all around the side and everything. But it was supposed to drip over his nipple, and he was like, I just skipped the nipple parts. It was really neat. Is Black Templar's insignia too Nazi? I'd probably say yeah. So I'm obviously like there's no hard science for this kind of thing, of what is considered a little too sus or whatever. Because the Imperial Aquila is the two heads and everything, and in its own right, it's just an Imperial thing. But it's more people see it, they kind of be a little bit like weird. I'm pretty sure the Black Templars logo is the Iron Cross. Or it's like damn close. Yeah, yeah, little sus on that one. Would probably recommend against it. Would probably recommend against that one. Is this a Crusader symbol? Yeah, but like, what did the Crusaders do? What were the Crusaders like? Well, the Vikings had their own thing, but the Crusaders were, little, you know. They were. I don't know. So, I mean, obviously, cultural symbolism. You get your own thing. You get what you want. You get what makes you feel happy. That kind of thing. Don't get me wrong. But I do want to. What's the word? fight against, just in case, like advise against getting something that you might be misconstrued a lot in the future, and then you having to cover it up later on, or getting problematic looks, that kind of thing, you know. Even if it's not like something that you don't want to have to explain the difference. Having to do that explanation is its own problem. Like, what's the reverse of the swastika called again? The one that's like the Indian one that means like peace and stuff. Like yeah, clearly that logo is different. Manji, like yeah, like clearly that logo is meant to be something different, but you still probably shouldn't get it. You know, even if it's the different kind, because you just you know, culturally, just probably just not a good idea. Well, it's just not a good idea. Yeah, I was talking to a buddy of mine, and we were talking about how some of the really cool logos in 40K would be awesome tattoos, but they still are really sus. Like he wanted to get a Custodes one. He was talking about Custodians because that's his favorite army. But Custodians are unfortunately, you know, it's the lightning bolts and stuff. Because like you see the big one like this, and it's like, oh yeah, that looks great. Like it just looks really, really cool. But the lightning bolts and the eagle, and then it becomes a problem again. So even the Custodes, which are arguably the least problematic political faction of Warhammer, still have a pretty bad logo. I would not recommend tattooing on your body. Yeah. Even though this feels a bit more like Roman, you know. Yeah, the Mechanicus symbol is all right. The Mechanicus symbol, the half skull, half like metal skull with the cog, that one works. That one totally works. That one probably works quite well. Yeah, of all the Imperial tattoos, that is arguably the best one, I'd say. I don't know. There's a couple other cool ones there, but then it's like heraldry for specific chapters, like the Salamander's Drake, or like the White Scar. Well, the White Scar's at the Thunderbolt, but it's a little different. I don't know. There is no hard science to this. It's just discussions. Would Chaos Space Marine symbols be sus? Yeah, I mean, Chaos, that's the funny thing, right? If you got CSM symbols, it's less sus than Imperial symbols. It just makes you look like an edgelord. It just makes you look like an edgelord for the most part. You know? CSM makes you look like you're in a death metal band. Imperial symbols make you look like you're gonna be a problem. The Chaos Star is one thing, but even like the Night Lord symbol, like the fucking skull and bat wings, just looks like an edgy like album cover. The Iron Warriors symbol, like the metal skull, is just cool. Or the Word Bearers, the open book with the demonic face, just kind of neat. But they're just edgy as shit. And they're more like rock band symbols. So that's why what I'm getting my idea, my little sci-fi ship thing. That's why we're getting like a strike cruiser silhouette. I'm not getting like the Normandy symbol and then like the Outer Wilds Eye of the Universe and then like the Imperial Aquila. We're getting silhouettes of the ships. Because those are much easier because you get like a 40K Emperor class battleship. I mean, it's gonna be a little spiky, I suppose, but you know, where is it? You know, a side silhouette of this thing, like, you know, you make it more of a silhouette. You make it like pure black, for example, and then you just have the little spires and bits poking out and all that kind of stuff, and it's very, you know, over the top. Don't get me wrong, but this on the side alone is enough, and you can kind of gain or garner what you're looking for pretty well without really any issues. Normandy, same thing. The Night Lord symbolizes the Avenged Sevenfold. It does. Ocean Lake, you sack. Voton Ancestor Skull would be good for a tat. Yeah, those would actually be kind of cool. The Voton, like it looks like Odin. It's like Odin's like stone face, you know. Should I get a Slaneshi tattoo on my gooch? You can handle the pain? Honestly, fuck yeah, dude. Go to town. Imagine getting an AdMech tattooed and losing a limb so you need a prosthetic. Congrats, your flesh has betrayed you. Sure, why not? Have you ever thought about piercings? No, not for me. I think visually, I'm already kind of pushing the fuckboy look a little closer than I would like. And if I got piercings, or it's over. It's over, dude. We're done. Right now, I'm pretty happy looking like a mostly generic white boy who is non-generic thanks to his videos. And if we did that, I'd be like former Vine star. I would be like one of those fucking Vine people who came to YouTube and just ruined the platform. You can pierce lower than your face, you know? I don't want to pierce anywhere any lower than my face. I am putting it in my belly button, I'm putting it on my nipples, I'm putting it on my cock, I'm putting it on my ass. Nowhere else. If I would ever get one, it'd be in the ear. Mohawk Bricky raw. Oh goodness gracious. I feel like my hair has like swapped sides the last 5 weeks. I haven't had a haircut in forever, so it's all up here and my beard is smaller. Between the toes, Yikes. Booty hole piercing. Oh, you fuck, man. Jesus Christ. Things changing. Oh well. Anyway, chat, I'm gonna call it here. I've talked for about a little over 3 hours. It was a fun time. I'm hungry. And I need to take a bunch of pills so that I stop seeing the voices. So that should be all good stuff. Chat, appreciate you stopping by and being a part. Thank you so much for watching. Lovely having you here. Gonna try to get Helldivers to happen at some point later on, but I haven't figured out a time quite yet for it. But we'll figure it out at some point. One day we'll get my goddamn fucking, what's it called? Helldiver stuff going, but not at the moment. Anywho, thanks everyone very much for watching. Pleasure having you here, and I will see you all later.